Hello everyone, we're live from the darknet.
Yes, darknet.
So, Lisa, you wanted to show something first?
Yes. Okay. If you follow me on Twitter, then I am actually tweeting it right now. Let me do it quick. There is something that someone created, and this is for both Reddit and I think it's Vote or however the hell you pronounce it. But
Okay.
yeah. So I'm showing you right now. It actually kind of because I'm on Kotaku in action right here. You can click this little thing, and it's only out for Google Chrome right now. But you can actually chat real time with other people that have it, and it's definitely really interesting. You don't have to worry about installing any IRC software or anything. And it's a Google Chrome extension. He's working on a version of it for Firefox. But I will go ahead and tweet the link out right now. And, well, I'll post real quick. I'll post my Skype name in the chat so you guys can come and check it out. It's definitely really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in the description afterwards. So let's go off with the first topic, which is Steam offering refunds for games.
And some developers like it, and others are pissed.
Well,
Yeah,
so
I only know a
them.
little bit. I only know a little bit about that. What's going on with that?
Let me screen share.
It's really
Here we go.
silly. I mean, it's about time Steam done this, to be honest, because it was needed.
Yeah, here refunds on in-game purchases, for example. Steam will offer a refund on in-game purchases within any Valve-developed games within 48 hours of purchase, as so long as the in-game item has not been consumed, modified, or transferred. Third-party developers will have the option to enable refunds for in-game items on these terms. Steam will tell you at the time of purchase if the developer has opted to offer refunds on the in-game you are buying. Otherwise, in-game purchases in non-Valve games are not refundable through Steam. I mean, pretty much anything can be refunded now within reason, at least.
Like, for instance, like Gone Home, they lied about it, the release of it. So yeah, we could get a refund if this thing was in place back then.
Okay, here's my question. Why would you buy that? Come on, there's better things you can spend your money on.
No, but
Heck,
I'm
you
just
go get
saying. I'm just
coffee.
saying, just in general, if we got lied about a game, just like what happened with Gone Home, we could get a refund for it now.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been there in the first place, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
Yes.
true.
what other shop would you go to and purchase something, get it home, and it doesn't work the way it was intended, and you go back to the shop and they take it back off you and you get a refund, right? Just it should have been there from the start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but sadly they can't. Sadly, they cannot refund time, and that 30 minutes I spent playing Depression Quest just to see what all the fuss is about, I'll never get that time back. Sadly.
it's true.
Well,
And here you also get when you pre-purchase the title on Steam and have paid for the title in advance, you can request a refund at any time prior to the release of the title. The standard 14-day, 2-hour refund period also applies starting on the game's release date. So you can basically, as long as you don't exceed the 2-hour gameplay and it's within the 14-day standard, you can get a refund.
Okay.
yeah, I don't see why developers or anyone would be annoyed with that.
There's just only one that I know that did it.
It's decent practices here. The basic things they should have.
It's
on any
good customer service to have something like that in place. It's like they're trying to probably do this so they don't get sued because with the backlash of Gone Home, like I always said and stuff like that, it's like everybody's like gonna say everybody's gonna be. Steam is like, we do not want to sell a game like this again. We do not want this to happen to us again because everybody is pissed off at us for allowing this game, allowing bullshit things like this to happen. And for like other times where they would do early access or bullshit like that, and they wouldn't release the game.
Yep, and
I was thinking.
Europe has been on them as well for this for a good while now, over a year. European Union has been telling digital places to get their act together. So
why do you guys keep calling Gone Home a game?
It's not a game.
It's a visual novel. It's a visual novel.
Hey, do not insult visual novels, dude. If I wanted the experience of walking around the house, I get up off my lazy ass and walk around the house.
Yeah, but then you've not got that.
I'm sure I could probably. Hey, I'm sure.
I mean,
okay.
One thing I have to say like this, guys. One thing I have to say is this. Remember Grandpa Ralph's Jack? He said about the game. What he said about the developers, what they look like. They look like a bunch of hipsters.
I don't care about what they look like. I don't care about what they look like.
No, I'm saying, did you see the still image that they took of themselves just standing there?
No, I don't care.
No, but that's the mindset of these people. They think people will buy this game no matter what, how terrible it is, and this has to stop. We have to make this sure that kind of bullshit like this. And this Steam thing, no, listen to me. This Steam thing right here, this refund thing, will keep people like them honest.
Yes, I agree, and I think this is a great idea. What I'm saying is that I don't care what they look like. I don't think that should matter.
Brian says in the chat, walking simulator intense action.
Define intense, Brian. I think you and I might have Jim. I think you and I might have some very, very different ideas of what intense means.
Well, he says get the real careful, moderate use of legs experience.
Dude, right now I'd have more enjoyment if I just went over to my boyfriend's mom's and played catch with her puppy. I'd have way more fun. Lily's adorable as shit, though, so.
Yeah.
She comes over here sometimes.
I mean, it's about damn time when Origin has a better refund policy than
it's hard to believe that Origin's run by EA, though. It's hard to believe that that's the same company that gives us all these shitty games, but yet they give us the greatest customer service in all of the industry.
I wouldn't say that, but
I would, because I've had so many good experiences with Origin. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I mean, I had it for a while, to be honest, and I really don't have that many complaints.
I don't have a problem with it. Uplay is shit, but Origin isn't.
Usually, the only reason I even got Uplay was because I wanted the special paint. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid as all hell, I'll admit, but I wanted the painted elephants in Far Cry 4. That was the only reason I got it. That was the only reason I got a Uplay. I just thought I thought the painted elephants looked cool, and I wanted them in my games. I know it's dumb as shit, but I thought it was neat.
Don't you even, if you buy a Ubisoft game through Steam, don't you still need Uplay anyway?
Yes.
Yep. That's why I got it on PS4.
I'm not sure. This is my concern is I'm just waiting to see if Ubisoft will even will give us a will even do it Uplay anymore. I'm not sure yet, but I can't be certain. I'm not sure.
Brian in the chat says, did you know you can complete Gone Home in less than a minute? Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
All you do is go to the attic.
And that's $15 for a minute of game.
It's $20.
If it's when it comes to quick endings like that, quick reach. For lack of a better word. Yes, quick reach arounds. Thank you, Ty. Okay, for lack of a better phrasing, you can do something similar with Far Cry. Here's the thing, though. Okay, you still get at least a good 10 to 20 minutes of story first. When Fireman brings you back to the main room, says, "Hey, I have to go take care of something. Sit here and wait for me." If you actually sit there and wait for about 15 minutes. he'll come back, say, okay, let's do this. You get to scatter. Okay, spoilers, by the way. You get to scatter your mom's ashes. You find out about your little sister, and you're done with the game. At least then, you actually still get a big storyline. There's actually more to it.
Yeah.
I actually did that, and you know what? I have played the short version. I have played the long version. I liked both equally. And I love how, I don't know if this is true, I've heard that Amida is is the dev's way of making fun of Anita Sarkeesian. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, that's just somebody having fun
Okay.
so that's sort of bullshit.
That would be
But
hilarious.
a lot of people had fun with the name, so that's why.
Yes. Yes, myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you muted yourself, Lisa.
Yeah, Ty's playing Destiny.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do we want to move on? Any
Yeah.
words on Steam giving refunds, except for it's about fucking time.
Oh, I'm not going to name names, but real quick, because he's kind of sort of getting into games too, it's my boyfriend's dad's birthday, so happy birthday to him.
Alright.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So let's, let me just close the window. Let's watch the new gameplay of Batman Arkham Knight.
I've been hesitant about looking at any of that. I mean, I have the Game of the Year version of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City in my Steam library, and I got that because a while back, before all of this stuff, before Gamergate started and everything, it was part of a Humble Bundle that I got. So.
Well, let's just watch it and say what we can say about it after.
Sure.
Can you hear this?
Yes.
Where's Scarecrow?
Go to hell!
Talk, or I'll crush
It's
every
lagging a
bone in
little
your
bit on my
body.
end.
Okay! Working out of our head out.
Can you hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I can hear it fine. The video's
You're
lagging.
lying. I'll break the other one.
Sorry, it's just lagging a bit. So.
Oh my God! Was that a?
Scarecrow. You put it in HD.
I'm going to pay him a visit.
What definition did you put it into?
Yeah. Lower the
Yeah, you can lower the definition to.
Oh, hi JT. I didn't know you see. I didn't see you there.
Oh yeah. How's it going?
Good.
Oh my God! Is it sad that I'm looking at this the official Batman Arkham Knight, the Voices of Arkham, and all I can think is, oh my God, that's the guy from from Fringe.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh my God,
that's also the guy from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Oh God.
Faramir. He plays
Walter Bishop's in this game, Ty. Sorry.
No worries.
How long do we keep her in there? Until we get the order to gas her.
Do your worst. The boredom is killing me.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you when we're good and ready. Why do we have to
Oh
wait?
my.
Give her those now. Be my guest. I'll tell Scarecrow it was your idea.
It sounded like they were talking about something else for a second.
Look who it is. I can't say I'm surprised. I've seen trees with faster reflexes.
Perhaps I should take the quality a little lower.
Yeah, just put it like 480p.
Yeah. Hey, post a link to it. I kind of want to see the making of video thing.
Yeah, I guess standard's not bad. Unless you want to put it on 720, that's fine.
Nah, it's lagging for most of us over here.
Yeah.
It looks pretty neat. I'll give it that. But then again, you know, just because game. Oh, sorry, go on.
It feels like the same old game, except it's realistic.
I mean, I think a lot of us, especially if they didn't know it before Advanced Warfare, just because the game has pretty graphics doesn't mean it's going to be a good game. The only thing that I really liked about Advanced Warfare, it looked nice. That was about it. It played shit. The story was shit. There were so many moments. I couldn't complete this one. I couldn't complete this one mission because right when I'm supposed to fire, the damn gun won't fire. And so after an hour of trying to get it to work, I just rage quit. I haven't tested that.
Yeah, this is like the longest fucking intro for any Final Fantasy game ever. Ugh.
Which one are you playing?
7.
Which game are you referring to, Lisa?
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Oh, okay. Well, let's continue with trailer.
Yep.
Sir, it's Batman. He's here.
Fuck's sake.
Having some issues over there, Ben?
You expecting to find me, Batman? I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Take a look at the chamber. I want you to know the fear that is coming.
Listen up, Bat Freak. We're walking out of here, nice and slow. Try anything stupid, I'll blow her brains out.
Charming. But only one of us is getting out of this cell.
No! No! No!
Nothing like a little natural immunity. Scarecrow said he had a plan. That together we could take you out, and Gotham would be ours.
Over my dead body.
I believe that was the idea. I told him that I wasn't interested in his pathetic human games, and when I came to, I was locked up in that room. Nature always wins. Will he ever learn?
I ask myself that sometimes too.
Huh?
Will he ever learn? I ask myself sometimes that too concerning Batman.
Well, just watch the rest. I think he learns.
You're coming with me.
You only had to ask.
Master Bruce, there are militia attacks all over the city. We need to leave.
The master of understatement as ever.
Laura, I need to know where those tanks are coming from.
I'm tracking several transport helicopters moving into the city. There are more on the way.
Activate the Batmobile weapon diagnostics. It's time to go to war.
That is what I'm waiting for.
Batman, I'm seeing
Because it was always about the Bat car and the doohickey devices.
What, are you looking for the frame rate drop when you're using the Batmobile?
This is Commissioner Gordon.
Probably. But I know that he also has the Bat.
Gotham
He
is
used to have the Bat Chopper and the Bat Flame.
Rates us back to TCPD. We're not equipped to deal with what's out there.
Spider-Man game.
But there's someone who is.
Wow. And this thing can actually shoot too. So this is gonna be at E3. They're gonna probably show this off at E3.
Okay.
Jim, tell your men they can resume their patrols. Exit the building. Thank God. Let's hope they were the last. Don't count on it. I need the isolation chamber scrapped at the DCPD lockout. Bring it.
Whoops.
Good to have you here, Batman. Bring her down to the lockup on a lower level. What the hell? Hold your fire! It's Batman! What is that? Kids? I thought we were under attack.
Any progress with the fear toxin analysis?
It's gonna take a little while longer. Drop by the clock tower when you're ready, and I'll show you what I've got so far.
Who taught you to drive?
Yeah. So,
Looks pretty decent.
what do you guys think?
Well, I've heard you play
Batmobile,
this
that's
early.
what I want.
Yes, the Batmobile was freaking awesome. I was looking at it when that chair thing came out, and he put Ivy in there, and I'm like, oh, I actually want that.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worth $60, I think, because everybody's questioning.
Probably not, but I mean, it looks awesome. I'm gonna wait for the game of the year where they have everything, and then I can play as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I do agree. I would play it if they had a Game of the Year edition.
I'm gonna be concerned about it. I'm a little concerned about it before I actually play it. I'm gonna wait for the reviews of this one, because ever since the last Batman game, how screwed up they made it, I don't trust it anymore.
I think the reviews for that game were good too, though.
No, it was shit though, because they.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pre-ordered the limited edition. That's the only game I pre-ordered, and I try not to do it, but since it's a limited supply of the versions with the statue, so that's why I did it. So
yeah, I do that with Assassin's Creed. I do that with the Assassin's Creed games. I get the limited editions of them. I like them. They're actually cool statues they give you.
Yeah, that's the only reason I would pre-order something. So.
Because I don't like the idea of the season pass. Because especially when they're planning to do another season.
Like $60, and it could just be like maps. Like if you're playing a first-person shooter, it could just all be maps. So
yeah,
bad
but
idea.
It also added content. But it's like, I don't know. What are they gonna give us for the Arkham the Arkham Knights season pass thing?
You okay, dude?
But all I have to say is we should learn from Arkham Origin and not pre-order the game. That's my.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, pre-order limited edition. That's fine to get the limited edition, like how Andrea all wants. Pre-ordering limited editions are fine, but don't ever pre-order the theme. Just don't ever pre-order the regular game and get the
because
crap
they're charging.
Because
according to Steam, they're charging it for $40. But with the season pass, they're charging $99.
What?
$99.98 for that.
Well, more
the whole thing for the premium edition.
Yeah,
pre-purchased it.
Yeah,
it
includes everything.
I can get a whole different game with that much money. I can probably get several games with that.
Yeah.
With
that with
price,
the season pass.
I can get a Final Fantasy 14 collection with a fucking statue, with limited mint condition gold coin. I can have a piece of George Bush's beard and a coffee at Starbucks while watching The Godfather.
George
I
Bush
mean-
never really had a beard, dude.
Well, it's more here. I'm paying. Let's see. I think $190 for the limited edition.
Don't make a high pitched noise because
and this is
I
on
don't want to make
Steam,
yours
mind
get
you.
ruined.
This is on Steam though. It's what it is that if you pre-purchase Batman, Arkham Knight's season pass, it's $39.99. It's like $40.
Yeah.
And they're charging, let's see, $60 for. Let me see how much it is. Yep, they're charging $60 for the game, and the DLC is $39.99.
Yeah, $40 season pass.
Yeah, and that's. I don't think that's gonna be worth it. I would possibly buy it, but it's like I don't want to spend that type of money on something that's gonna probably be costing way too much for me to buy the extra content.
Yeah, I mean it's up to anyone. I don't buy season passes anyway, so I don't know if I'm getting it with limited edition, but I steer clear. I buy good DLC as the games but basically I buy content for games. Mostly in the season pass, and it's not just content; it's like costumes and shit like that. Which
and also extra stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any last thoughts on the game?
When's it coming out? Just.
June 26th, I think, this month.
Oh, I thought it was November at some point. Oh,
No.
Doesn't look that bad. I don't know.
It's quite soon then. It's quite soon.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's why all the trailers are coming out now.
No, I thought they were. Cause, I don't know. You see E3 trailers 10 years before the game comes out now, so I wasn't sure what was going on. But I don't know. I'll wait. I'll see what it's like, and then, because I'm a cheap ass, I'll probably buy it when it comes down in price. Because I did enjoy the other two Batman games, so they were a surprise to me. The first one was a real surprise. Quite liked it, gameplay, and got to beat stuff up, so it was quite good. And I got it cheap.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I've played all of the Batman games, and I liked, even though everyone bashes on Origins, I still liked it. So
Batman.
I actually thought it was paced better than the rest of them. Not that it's a better game, but I just think it was paced better.
I did like I like the Joker. That's my favourite. Like the Joker's bloody awesome in the games.
Yeah, true. Yeah, let's move on to the next topic, which is the big one. It's Fallout 4 again.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
That's me, sorry.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was someone on our stream talking. I'm like, what? Okay.
That was me,
Fallout
Pedro.
4. Okay. Fallout 4. Yeah.
We can watch the trailer. I haven't actually seen it, so.
Okay.
I
know a lot. I have a lot to cover on this one, so this is my area of expertise. So go ahead with the trailer.
1 second.
Yeah, I did
Can you guys
send
see
you the
this?
link.
Yeah, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Go.
Alright. Come on, I'm excited.
It's all over. but the cry.
With the world poised on the brink of war, Voltec is reporting a record number.
But we.
Folks, it seems we've got some breaking news. Stand by.
It's all over. No, I'm trying to forget about how much I care for you.
We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. Stand by. We do have coming in confirmed reports of nuclear detonations. My God. Our soldiers were right. War never changes.
Let's go, pal.
All right, trailer's done. Guys,
Alright.
okay, I got it. Okay, where's that sound come from?
So,
Okay, I
thoughts?
have a lot of thoughts. You guys go first. I'll give you everything I know.
If it's gonna be by the same people that made New Vegas, then I have good hopes for it. If it's just Bethesda, then I'm not even gonna give it a passing glance because Fallout 3 was utter crap. And I did try the Tale of Two Wastelands thing, and just wasn't. Didn't make it better.
Before you say anything, Fallout 3 was a good game. It wasn't the best. It was good. It was a really good game. It wasn't the best in the series, but it still was a good game. New Vegas, all Obsidian did, before Blake keeps running his mouth about this, all Obsidian did was took, like how they did with...
Hey, not fair.
No,
You've got a lot
here.
to say about it later on.
No, I'm just going to say it like this first. Obsidian did with New Vegas like they did with... you know how the original Knights of the Old Republic made by BioWare? They did that with Knights of the Republic 2. They're the ones that made Knights of the Old Republic 2. They basically took the base game and put a bunch more new features in it and stuff, because all New Vegas was just a far advanced version of Fallout 3. They just took the game and made it better. That's all they did. And Bethesda's building this game from the ground up, so they're probably learning from what the modders did, because they're looking at what the modders are doing. And I'll get into the modders in a second.
Yeah.
You just gotta learn that, Blake, that what Obsidian did is they took the game and they made it better. That's all they did.
That doesn't mean that Bethesda's gonna That doesn't mean that Bethesda is gonna make it better than Obsidian did. All Obsidian did was just add some sprinkles to a piece of shit. All Bethesda's gonna do is just hand you a piece of shit on a silver platter. A shiny platter.
We don't know that.
You need
Here's the thing. Is that the game may have been utter crap, but it actually did pretty well for itself.
Yeah,
because a lot of people, even I remember the glitches in Fallout 3, especially the DLC content. It was ridiculously bad when they tried to. It was fun, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Especially finding out about the stat exploit was funnier.
Yes.
Trying to kill everything off was just so simple, but it was just fun. Just shooting people's heads off and blowing their heads off. It was just fun.
The one glitch that I freaking loved, if you shot someone to bits every now and then, you could come back and their head would be floating or some random body part. I always found that absolutely fucking hilarious.
I love how you can take everything out their pockets just by examining the piece of skull that flew
I
off
know,
the
right?
bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that was always awesome.
Yeah, it was hilariously funny. Even though it was bad, it was just
I wouldn't call
funny.
Fallout 3 bad though. Even though people say it's bad, I wouldn't call it a bad game.
It's not a bad game. It's
it's not by any means a bad game, and I have to tell this to everybody. What they did is they took the formula they did from Oblivion and they added, put it into a post-apocalyptic modern-day setting with like a retro 1950s feel to it. And and they did it really well. And what Obsidian did is they took that and they pushed even further. They took the game engine. They didn't have to build this game engine from the ground up. They did not have to. They added like different types of weapon features and stuff. Like they added different bullets and stuff. It wasn't called shotgun shots anymore. They had 12 gauge and 20 gauge rounds and stuff like that. They improved the pistol rounds. They added like 357s, 44 magnums, all that kind of stuff. They added different type of rifle rounds. They added a lot of features Obsidian did, and that's all I have to say about that. But this game... Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, it's something I really hope they bring back to Fallout 4. I can't remember the name of it. It's been so long, but the gun you can build where you can use literally anything as ammo.
Oh, the rocket launcher.
Yes! Oh my god, I hope to God they bring that back, because I'm sorry, I always found it hilarious that I could shove some dishes and a few teddy bears into the thing and then just shoot it and cause people to blow up with them. It's just, oh my god, it was so absurd, it was amazing.
Yeah.
What I just didn't like about Fallout 3 is that it just didn't seem to respect itself. Like the ending, you have to go in and shut off the thing itself. Where I had a follower. No, let me finish. I had a follower that was immune to radiation that had to go get something for me in a previous mission because if I set foot in there, I would die. And it just didn't make sense because he was telling me, no, you're the one that has to go get it when he's the one that
fixed
it for me.
They actually fixed that later on.
Listen up here. That you could send what's his name, the super mutant in there for yourself. You could send him in there.
Yeah,
and it says, and afterwards, and if you've ever played Broken Steel, you would know one thing: you survived.
I did not get any of the DLC. All I got was the base game, as I was told.
Then hold your judgment because Broken Steel is actually a pretty good DLC. It actually
okay, well, I'm not talking about Broken Judgment. I'm talking about the base game. Now let me finish. The Wasteland. None of the people cooperated with each other. Some of the settlements are absolutely stupid. Why would a town build? Why would there be a town in the middle of a nuke that never went off? Like, I can understand if they're using power from it. I can understand if they're rigging it to use power from it, but
because there's a religious cult surrounding it. That's why.
The cult comes in after the town is built. That's explicitly said.
They built it, but I have no idea why they built it. But one of the things that's said is you have the choice. The reason why they did it is because you had the choice of blowing the town to smithereens and going to Timpani Towers or disarming it.
Logically, I get that, but logically that makes absolutely no fucking sense. Why the hell would you build a town with so many people in it around a nuke? I understand.
And not to mention that you're a total stranger that comes into town for the first time, and the sheriff asks you if you can disarm it. Like, it's gonna let anybody walk in and say, "Hey, can you do this for? Can you disarm this bomb that would kill all of us within a 50-mile radius?" If you don't know how to do it,
did that.
I
actually disarmed the bomb, but you had to be higher level in order to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also if you go back later on, you find out that the chick that's writing the Wasteland Guide actually turns to a ghoul.
Yeah, she survives, And yeah, it's actually pretty funny if you because that was my first playthrough, because I've done so many playthroughs of Fallout 3. My first playthrough I did I saved the town, and Tim Penny sent Talon mercenaries after me, which made the game even much more difficult, because you have these every now and then you have these black power armored black combat
I hate those
clad
fuckers.
maniacs, and trying to kill you.
The
And if you
Enclave.
no, they're called Talon Company. They're hired mercenaries to kill.
Yeah.
And if you blow up the town, the vigilantes will try to hunt you, and it just gets crazy.
The
Yeah,
only
well,
DLC
somebody pointed out we should just say it's only PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yes, that's only what it is, and I'm glad, because they don't have to downgrade it for the crappy last-gen consoles. Sorry, but they're old.
the thing that I can't remember the name of it. It was the DLC for New Vegas. It was the one that you had to go around like the casino, and you had that thing around your neck.
Madre. No, Dead Money. That was a tough one. That's a tough one to play.
It's a total ball buster.
I
Have you
have
ever played it?
never rage quit any DLC in all the years I've been gaming, except that one. Except that
it wasn't
one.
that hard for me.
That one actually made me cry in frustration. No joke. I'm like sitting here, tears running down my face. I was like, "Are you okay?" I'm so done.
I actually beat that. I actually beat Blood Money.
No, Dead Money. Yeah, it was. If you know what you're doing, it's not a hard one. You have to be at a high level. When it says you have to be at level 30 or level 20, you have to be at level 20. I'm tired of everybody keep complaining, but I started the game and I wanted to play that mission. I'm like, no, you have to be at a high level to play that mission. There's a reason why. It is harder than hell.
No, I was at a high level.
Honest Hearts and Lonesome Road was even tougher than Dead Money, because
Wait, I'm going to talk about the thing. Get back on top of the next gen thing. I hope it's next gen, but because a lot of people,
it is confirmed.
I know, but we don't know that for sure. Hope.
Yeah, it is. It says it's.
Okay,
confirmed.
well wait. Shut the fuck up and let me fucking finish. Jesus fucking Christ. Shit. We don't know if it'll just be next gen, because this is Bethesda we're talking about. I mean, does anybody remember Horsepower DLC?
He's got a point. He does have a point there.
I mean,
it says it on the website.
Still are developing for last gen. Keep in mind.
Keep in mind it says on the website. Keep in mind it says pre-order for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yes, pre-order. That doesn't mean that they won't release it for those older consoles on release day.
No, they're not.
And keep in mind, Brazil is still making FIFA games for fucking PlayStation 2.
No, not anymore. The last one was FIFA 13, I believe.
It's still a fucking record. Holy shit. I mean.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this game right now. There's no way in hell they could downgrade this to PlayStation 3. PlayStation and Xbox One.
They could.
It does not look like, no, but I'm saying they would have to get rid of the glare. They would have to get rid of a lot of things.
Yeah,
they would have to downgrade the hell out of this game.
That doesn't mean that they can't put it on last gen too. Remember, Watch Dogs came out last gen.
That's true. I actually have to go in a minute, because it's Dad's birthday. We're gonna have a little party for him over at his mom's, so I gotta go get ready for that. But my final thing on this, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm a long-time Fallout fan, so I'm really looking forward to this. And I think we should withhold judgment until we have a little bit more than a trailer to go on.
Yeah, I would
it's
say
going to
so.
be on the 14th. We're gonna know more about it, so. We'll hold judgment till the 14th. Got it?
And I know that even though you yourself said you have a shit ton to say about it.
Yeah, I have a shit ton to say about it. I looked at what the modders said on. The Nexus.
Modders aren't with the company though. We can't, and it's just a trailer. It's not actually gameplay. We can't judge.
Yeah, modders can say all they want. They don't know how the game is gonna look. So.
Unless one of them explicitly worked on the game themselves.
Yeah.
Okay,
We don't
fine.
know. But anyways, it's been fun, guys. I will touch you later.
All right,
Take
see ya.
care.
Okay, can I say something here without being interrupted for a second? Reason why I said modders is this, because they've worked on a lot of the Bethesda games. They played them. Skyrim, Fallout 3, Oblivion. They've done these games, and they know
Yeah,
what
but
Bethesda's
they modded
doing.
them after they came out. This is
Yeah, but I'm just
the
saying.
game.
I'm just saying in general, these guys know what they're talking about. Usually, they are looking at the engine stuff. These guys are like looking at this engine stuff, and they're just saying, hopefully, it's. They think that it's just pre-rendered, which I also think it's just like the character animations. Me and Sonic were talking about this. He says, I'm not sure because when I was looking at the running stuff, after I watched this clip, I flipped on Fallout New Vegas. The character running animation to the people is the same as what we saw in the trailer. They haven't changed that at all. The dog animation's almost the same. There's still a few new features added for the dogs, but yeah, it's like they're recycling some of the old stuff.
Well, that's bound to happen. Well,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next topic, which is, you remember that there's gonna be a GTA movie based around Rockstar development and Jack Thompson.
Yeah. Is it a
now-
documentary?
Yeah, no, not the documentary. It's more like a drama. And now
Oh.
Rockstar has filed a lawsuit.
I heard about that.
You know what? Good for them. I mean, if BBC is trying to screw them over by making them look like bad guys, good for Rockstar. It's time
Well,
someone.
this is what they had to say to IGN. Take-Two Interactive has filed filed suit against BBC for trademark infringement based on their movie currently titled Game Changer, as it relates to Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto video game series. While holders of the trademark reference in the film title and its promotion, Rockstar Games has had no involvement with this project. Our goal is to ensure that our trademarks are not misused in the BBC's pursuit of an unofficial depiction of purported events related to Rockstar Games. We have attempted multiple times to resolve this matter with the BBC without any meaningful resolution. It is our obligation to protect our intellectual property, and unfortunately, in this case, litigation was necessary. It's just making sure that BBC doesn't use
Without their permission.
Well, it's just like,
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I have to say, good for Rockstar. That's all I say.
Yeah, because they didn't have permission. They didn't have permission to.
So this is just a documentary on GTA.
No, it's not a documentary because it's they have Danny Radcliffe and what's the other guy? Bill Paxton playing in the movie.
GTA movie, yeah.
Yeah, Game Changer. So it's just so they don't mention Rockstar Games or anything. That's basically it. Thoughts?
The thing is that I have to agree because Rockstar hasn't got any information on the movie and wasn't aware of it happening, other than the fact that
it's
this was announced.
Covering their ass, basically.
Yeah, basically they're probably demanding royalty fees on this one because they probably
or removing their name. That's basically the whole gist of it.
Yeah, because they could have just cut a deal with them and said, "Hey, you're cutting into our trademark game, so please stop before you try to make a movie. We want to cut a deal with you." They could have done that instead of, But yeah, they have the right to sue them for what they are doing.
Yeah, basically. Anything more you wanna say about this?
I don't know, but is Grand Theft Auto actually a trademark?
Yeah, it's an IP.
Because I'm sure there was a old movie titled Grand Theft Auto as well.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm not sure if they actually own Grand Theft Auto as like a trademark, and maybe the BBC thought, oh, it'll be fine, and then the Rockstar's like, well, don't mention Rockstar. Maybe that's what's about.
Probably.
Because I don't know, maybe. But at the end of the day, Rockstar has to stick up for itself, right? So.
Yeah, it's basically just that. Yeah, do we want to move on?
Let's see. Because Grand Theft Auto was done by starred Ron Howard.
Huh?
It had Ron Howard in it. You're right about the Grand Theft Auto movie. It was done. It was an American comedy.
Oh, you're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I had seen it somewhere that it was a movie. Aye, so it must be something else that Rockstar trying to sue them over then, because obviously they can't unless they bought the rights to that name. I don't know.
Yeah.
As well.
It's possible, but it was actually the funny fact about this movie was produced by Roger Corman.
Who's that? I don't know.
He's a legendary producer that did like a lot of bad movies, but they were really good. They're like
the really bad but becomes really good type.
Yeah. Like he did let's see if I can remember, because I know he did like B movies.
Okay guys, I'm gonna head out right now. I'll see you guys later.
He's best known for he did let me see, he did like films. He started with including Silence of the Lambs, Godfather, Apollo 13, Manchurian Candidate. He did a lot of movies. He helped influence a lot of movies.
Yeah. Cool. So, so if it's that guy, well, I've never seen that movie, but now I might look it up.
Yeah, because he was the guy who did movies like, let me see, Death Race 2000, Rock and Roll High School, Galaxy of Terror, Children of the Corn. He helped produce. I think he helped produce those movies.
Well, that's something. Might look that movie up then, see what it's about. That's probably where they got the name for the first game from as well.
Yeah, and there's also some bad movies that he did. He did Dino Shark, Dino Croc versus Super Gator, Sharkopus on Sci-Fi. He helped produce those. He helped produce those movies. Oh man. Oh, you watched Sharkopus?
No, I said Octopussy is one of my favorite James Bond. I think it's a James Bond movie. It's been so long, but I remember the title, Octopussy.
Yeah, but this one's called Sharktopus or something like that.
I know. My brother's really into Sharknado. I don't know why.
I don't know if he did that one, but he did a lot of really bad movies that were B movies that were pretty funny.
And then that new one coming out, Baboon. What is it, Baboon Nami?
Baboon Nami. Yeah, because let's see, he did. Let me see. He did Piranha in 1978.
Oh, the original one. Okay.
Yeah, the original one. He was the writer. Let me see. Night Call Nurses, 1972, director and editor. And he directed and co-written Grand Theft Auto. And he also was best known for the Dunwich Horror 1970 co-writer. This is according to Wikipedia. Sorry if I brought that up.
Triggered. No, that sounds fine. I think, I don't know, it's just a weird one. I suppose that's why it was the BBC thought they could get away with it, maybe. And then Rockstar
they should probably talk to Roger Corman first, then try to license, and probably make it into a comedy, because it's probably what they should be doing.
Yeah, look, Rockstar, it's got nothing to do with your games, it's about this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Roger Corman would probably have to talk to them and be like, no, I don't own the license. He probably doesn't own the license, but he probably should look into it. be like, okay, Grand Theft Auto. Let me see what I could do with Grand Theft Auto. Absolutely nothing. But they probably should. People should look into it and see what's going on, because the licensing thing I can understand, because the intellectual property issue of having your game turn into a movie.
It's not the game, just the name. Really.
Just the name itself.
Yeah.
I personally, they should probably not. Well, they should just say, hey, don't mention Grand Theft Auto, but you can make the movie, but don't mention our company.
Yeah, I think that's what they did, and probably it looks like to be communication problems, basically.
Yeah, I can see what's going on.
Yeah. Do we want to move on?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just gonna mark it. Next one is basically Killstrain content revealed. Can someone else read this for me?
Okay. Let's see.
One sec. Somebody wants to read it for me?
The Killstrain director talks game content. Okay.
You wanna read the quotes?
In a recent, the quote, the concept described like this. That was the beginning. I played a lot of games in the genre, and the most fun I had was always when there were unseen team sizes. For instance, in League of Legends, when you have 4 versus 5, and with 5 and you win, it's incredibly satisfying. So we talked about it, and for us, what really set us apart and what's really exciting in this, in the notion of how the transition comes about. Evolve is an amazing game from my perspective, but I think we took it a step forward with a dynamic transition from our team to another, and the ability for the mutants to turn humans gives us that. He continues his thoughts. It's a free-to-play market on console.
Yeah, it's a 5 versus 5 versus 2 free-to-play game.
Okay, so he's talking about the game itself, Killstrain.
Yeah. How the gameplay works, basically.
Yeah, and he says I cannot really speak for Sony as a whole, but I think we made a really clear during our press conference 12 months ago that we have interest in that space. We're trying to learn about that space and develop products for that space. I can speak for Sony San Diego Studios that everything that has not to do with MLB, the show, is focusing on games as a service. So various models, anything from free to play to, again, has to do with the strategy. Here at SDI and Sony San Diego Studio, free to play for us is something we've committed to and we see as a great opportunity, but always believe that there will be a market for premium titles. There will be a market for freemium titles, and there will be a market for games as a service. I think that the advantage of developing those types of titles on PlayStation Network is that you have the security and quality and continuity, which you can get from developing games on a console and playing games on a console. combined with monetary advantage of free to play. That's on paper a marriage made in heaven. Okay.
Yeah. So what do you guys think?
The whole free to play thing.
Or just what the game sounds like?
It sounds like they're trying to make a Moab, whatever it's called.
MOBA, you mean?
MOBA. It's like those games are okay. If they're gonna make another one, go ahead. It might as well be a Moab. Because that's
MOBA.
like they're trying to. I guess they're trying to compete against League of Legends.
I think it's an asymmetric game. He used League of Legends because when a situation appears where it's uneven and you manage to win, basically that's what he's
I mean,
trying to
look
say. I
up
think.
what Killstrain is.
Yeah, it's so far.
Because it's an action shooter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a third person or how it works really.
Well, I did find the website. Let me look it up. And I can, if you want me to show you the
You can screen share if you want.
all right, I'll screen share it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and, because they do have the website here and they do have the info. Let me go ahead and screen share it. Here we go. All right, here's the website. To my understanding of the game, okay. First ever Killstrain tournament. They were going to announce it. Looks like they updated their information here. Let me see. The game, about the mechanics, the mech suit. I know it does offer a lot of weird ass stuff. Let's look at the gameplay.
Does this sound interesting to you, Blake, or anyone else?
You know what it reminds me of? Looking at it, it kind of reminds me of another game, like seeing how see how they were doing it. It's like, let me show you.
The Moabs just aren't my thing. I tried to get into Dota 2 and League of Legends.
MOBA, not Moab.
Whatever. But I mean, it looks like the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah, it reminds me too much like looking at how they're making this.
Meh. But I don't have a console, so.
Yeah, it's like for PS4, and it's like looking at it, going like, let me go ahead and put it up close.
Oh yeah, it looks like a MOBA. Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
it was
I'm looking at it, going like, okay, it does remind me too much like StarCraft.
Yeah, it does look like StarCraft a bit, aye. Heroes of the Storm sort of looking in a wee bit.
Yeah, looking at it, going like, okay, how are they gonna make this game? It's like they're gonna introduce mechs and they're gonna introduce this mechanical monster that's like called the Strain. It's like, I wonder how they would make this game. Like, okay, the mutant strategy. Let's see the gridlock. Let's see what the gridlock looks like. Wow.
Oh wow.
Well, the design is kind of cool, but
Yeah, let me See how it is on the. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like it does look cool though, but it's just I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Yeah, it
I mean,
does.
I
It does
hope they
have.
succeed. I hope they succeed, but
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
know
it
if it's
does.
for me.
It does have some offered animation attacks on this game, and I'm looking at it going like, maybe this does have potential, but it does remind me too much like StarCraft mixed with League of Legends. Yeah. Because the mutant team. Let me see the human team, mechanical, game
Who the
mechanics.
hell disliked this video? Okay, whatever. Some
Yeah, I'm
troll.
gonna. I'll give you the link to the website so you can check it out. Check it out yourselves,
Some troll
guys.
must really not like you, Andrew, at all. For someone to
Huh?
go out their way to. I said someone disliked your video. Some troll must really not like you or something. Oh well.
No worries. People don't like stuff. It's their prerogative.
Yeah, it happens. I get those dislikes as well.
Yeah, Leon got that on his stream yesterday too. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Like, honestly, we just do this for fun. It's nothing big.
Yeah. If people don't like the stream, they don't have to watch it, you know?
You
We're
don't
just
have to
Well,
like.
talking about
we
video
can move on to the next topic now. I think we pretty much said everything. I mean, I'm not a big MOBA guy, so
I know
Yeah,
very
'cause
little about mobile games. I've heard about
not mobile, MOBA.
yeah, I think I pronounced it wrong.
Oh, okay.
I have a speech impediment problem sometimes.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, let's move on to the next topic, which is Need for Speed news. Let me just
Oh,
mark
me.
it. Here, let me share this here.
Need for Speed.
So basically, news on Need for Speed is new. It's running on the Frostbite engine 3, but it will all have
no,
DRM.
no Frostbite engine. No,
To the windows.
to the wall.
Hello, you shitlord.
Motherfuckers.
Oh,
You
what's
have
up?
returned.
Oh, hey, it's Total Biscuit.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Not all Brits are the same, you fucking racist.
DXS marketing.
Well, we're talking about Need for
Four-
Speed, having DRM and Frostbite engine on it.
We're not talking
Yeah.
about the fact that Need for Speed as a series basically is kind of fucking stupid. I played it. I remember the last one I played was it Need for Speed Hot Pursuit? Was on the PS2, and it's kind of like that one was kind of okay two-player because you could have one guy playing and you're trying to get away from the other guy, kind of like cops and robbers type of thing. But the
Yeah.
rest of them are all kind of the fucking same thing. Oh right, you can customize your car. Let's get some fucking paint jobs, and it's like let's go around the city. It's all. I mean, it's all very much of a muchness. I mean, it's one of those things when you got a franchise series. In a way, it's like this is. I guess it's a criticism you could level at GTA as well. It's like, what are you making that's different from the last game apart from your fucking maps? It's kind of the criticism.
Better graphics, man. You gotta love the HD.
Yeah, well, you basically
Suck
made.
suck my hard dick. That's if you wanna have some HD,
That's
suck
the
my hard
HD.
dick. That's
The
I used
thing
to
I
remember.
Well, that's
thing
about
I
as
have-
much HD as you're gonna get with a console anyway. So
Yeah.
the
Well,
thing
I
I
used
have
to remember-
the biggest issue with is the DRM. When it's why the fuck does it have DRM? Why?
well, Need for Speed is an EA title, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not surprised by that whatsoever.
Yeah. What bothers me about it is they're gonna put it on the Frostbite engine.
Oh, jeez.
That's
Yeah,
basically EA's engine now, isn't it? So
yeah. The Frostbite engine is like the only thing that bothers me about it is that it's been known to have glitches. Because
Well, I mean, that's there's glitches and there's glitches. Like you can find glitches in pretty much any engine, but if you're talking, when you say it's known to have glitches, that kind of sounds like you find them on a regular basis without even
yeah,
trying.
because what happened? You remember when Battlefield 4 was Battlefield 4 was released, and they used I believe they used a Frostbite engine on that one.
yeah, that's the first game we used it, and then
there was many.
Battlefield 4, then Dragon Age Inquisition, and then I don't know how many other games have used it since, but they're the ones that I can remember. But Battlefield 4 was basically the Frostbite engine game. It's the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably I'm gonna probably be worried about that one.
But I just don't see any fucking reason why it should have DRM.
Well, the reason why they're doing the DRM thing is because, well, it's their IP and EA wants more money.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. DRM. I mean, even before DRM was called DRM, there's always been that thing when you had you had to put the CD in the thing and it would read that shit. Most people can crack that easy. It's like anything else. It's like mostly developers understand that it's like there's no protection system you can fucking not crack, but the publishers will always insist upon it, and that's why. I mean, the hardest ones to crack at the moment are any ones which require online. So nobody should be fucking surprised when the Xbox One is like, oh, we're gonna have always on. You shouldn't be surprised by that shit because of course they want to protect it from pirates. The real question should be, are you going to have more pirators than you are going to have people paying? And is it going to be still worth the investment of paying? The fact that, I mean, it's not really any different. And we hear a lot about how, like, games, they're bigger than movies now because they get more revenue and stuff. Well, guess what? It's even easier to fucking pirate a movie because you don't have to worry about copying code. You just have to get the sound and visuals right.
Yeah, and the data.
Well, a lot of video games hold conventions, though. Some movies, they have their conventions, though, but not a lot of them get promoted.
Well, I mean, all I was saying is on the copying front. It's not about. I mean, it's not about what the content is. It's how easy it is to copy it. So games. I mean, so you copy that. I mean, like I say, generally the harder ones are you have to contact the server. It is always possible to get around any of this shit. But with movies, it's pretty much if you can get the audio and you can get the visuals, then you're fucked as far as the copying scene. I don't begrudge publishers or anything trying to protect their IP, but we all know it's basically ineffective. And I don't know if you've talked about this at all. There was this thing going around on Steam about the refund thing, and of course Steam, as I understand, well, I haven't actually used any Steam games, not for like 13 years or whatever, but since it probably first came out, and when Half-Life went on to it, the original one. But anyway, the basic point being that there were some complaints about the refund thing because I understand the games are non-DRM and Steam. Anyone can
basically what I heard from there is complaints from developers, from indie developers.
Yes, from the ones that make the shitty games that last under 2 hours that were complaining, oh look, you get 2 hours to play my game, my game's only lasts 30 seconds.
Yeah, it does.
No wonder more fucking refund then, right?
Games like Braid are under 2 hours, but it's a good game. And
yes, of course you say that, but then I'm reminded. It's true. You can have good games that last under 2 hours, but then I'm reminded of a thing I saw on Twitter, which is some guy posted a thing that was Gone Home, which was total playtime of 2 hours, and it's like, well, there you go. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's like I guess you could put it this way. It's like the amount of money invested into the amount of enjoyment you got out of it. It's like you could pay what, $10, I suppose. I have no idea. I mean, ticket prices in the UK are probably what, about £5 or £6 for an adult ticket to get into a movie. Let's say the movie's 2 hours or so, maybe a bit longer one, 2.5 hours.
It depends if it's 3D, it depends if it's in HD and all that and rubbish, man. It's like 15 quid last time I went.
This is the point. Exactly. The real question you've got to ask yourself is: did you get the value for the money? What you put into it, did you get the value out of it? Not. I mean, you could look at it like. I mean, is it any good? If you say a game, I've got 5 billion hours of playtime. It's like I don't even want to play 50 seconds of your game. So that's not a game where it doesn't matter if it costs 10 pence, right? That's not a game you want to play. It's God. If anyone knows this, please remind me. But I think there was some place that they were basically saying, yeah, value for money sort of ratio. It's like, okay, this game costs this much. This is kind of the return on investment, if you like, you can get on this game. How much you can get out of a game and you would actually expect to give a shit about it in a way, basically saying, is this worth your time? The amount of money versus time, basically. That really should be the formula that's going through your head. Anytime you look at any of this shit, is I'm spending a certain amount of money and I'm investing a certain amount of time. Am I going to get more enjoyment out of this than my investment? And if you are, then that's a good purchase.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I think that's what most rational people do, but these ones that are against it, they're just against it because their game's already got shit, and before you paid for the game and it was crap and you couldn't get a refund.
It does kind of sound a bit like shysters sort of thing.
They're anti-consumer. They're completely insane and they live on a completely different planet than everyone else. Because the other thing they said was, oh, it's like the other thing that Steam does, that you have to play a game for 5 minutes plus to give it a review.
I can see the contrary view, though, is that people could possibly abuse such a system. I mean, there's always a possibility of abuse. So it's always a case of balancing out people. There's always going to be people who abuse a system, right? On the consumer side, right? There's like
but I think DRM is punishing the ones who are actually playing instead of punishing those who aren't.
I think most people agree with that because we know the technological limits. But I'm kind of okay. So I'll finish my point very briefly. But I'm okay. Like I got StarCraft 2, and you have to basically you can play most of the single player campaign, but if you're not logged on, you can't play most of the rest of the stuff. I'm kind of okay with that. They've been quite reliable, but yeah, if they ever fucked up, I'd be quite pissed off. But Blizzard have been quite reliable. That shit. If they ever fucked that shit up, I'd be very pissed off. But
Diablo 3.
Exactly. That's a good example. That's the kind of thing they really. I mean, like SimCity 4, they fucked that shit up as well.
Yep.
That's an EA one, of course, but yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the balance. It's like, okay, I'm fine with you. I understand. You want to protect your fucking content, fine. But online should be like, if you're actually online, single player, it's like somebody's gonna fucking crack that. I mean, for fuck's sake, your balance sheets, the fact that you're still in business must prove, if nothing else, that there are more people willing to quite happily fork over their hard-earned money to have a nice gaming experience, and there are people who are willing to just say, fuck it, I'll just take it for free.
Well, there was another one. There was another, it was in a magazine years ago about why they do it, and they were talking to like the people that do the DRM and all that, and basically the point was, for the first 2 weeks, if it was not crackable, a DRM that wasn't crackable for the first 2 weeks of the game's launch, it was worth investing.
That's the most. I've heard that. That's basically for they get the most DRM. Money. They get them. Yeah, I've heard that they basically, because they made, it's like a single release of music or something. They get the most money in the first 2 weeks.
Yep.
So that's why they do it. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Same with games and movies, basically, as well.
I mean, we should
movies, man. I mean, you can get movies as soon as they get out of the cinema, or even before they get out of the cinema, you can get them. So.
True. I guess the thing the cinema offer, or at least should offer, is a different experience. It's like, I mean, I imagine like most of you, I've got a big screen television, I've got a decent sound system, right? I can get most of the sort of movie experience at home, right? So the only thing really that the cinema should be offering is a much better experience. I don't know about the rest of you, but most of the time I've ever gone to cinema, you get a bunch of cunts on their fucking mobile phones. So you've got bright lights, and it's like,
Yeah.
you've got fucking lights. They're fucking. Oh, I'm texting someone. All right, mate. All right, yeah, I'm in the fucking cinema. I'm fucking watching this movie. It's shit, mate. And all this. Like, no, fucking.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
phone.
I'm on the. Yeah,
Trigger happy.
yeah, shit. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, boy. Yeah. That's. I mean, yeah, the experience you should be paying for is like, I want a nice. I mean, I want a fucking massive screen. Unless I was a fucking millionaire with my own fucking like room, my theater fucking cinema room, I should not be able to recreate that experience. And that's where I think cinemas are really falling down, is that they cannot get people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Cinema. Just
Yeah,
on
but that's always something related to human behavior, not. That's something.
But I imagine I didn't have this. I mean, on the other hand, you can look at it as there is a collective experience. It's like if you watch a film. I remember actually. I remember like watching Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King, and there was that scene. I think you'll probably all remember it. The scene where Legolas is going across that fucking massive like elephant or where the fuck that thing is supposed to be. People in the fucking cinema were fucking clapping at that shit. I mean, it's like I've never seen that shit before. People were fucking clapping the screen. And you get into it, and that's a nice collective experience. You like
that's the big difference when you watch a movie. Like you watch it with other people, and when you see something awesome, you get like people laughing together and like cheering. That's not something you experience at home.
Yeah, that's a good experience. The bad experience is where people are just like not
fucking
paying attention. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not paying attention. They're fucking talking to their mates or whatever shit like this. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're here. Watch the fucking screen. Either like this, what's on the screen, or fuck off. That's basically what. But that's the downside. The upside is definitely the collective experience. I guess a great example of that would be like people who watch like Rocky Horror and shit like that, and they dress up in fucking drag and shit like that, and they enjoy the shit out of that. Or I guess people who do whenever they do like any classic movie, like Star Wars comes to mind. Whenever they do one of those, people obviously go there, and everybody knows every fucking line that's going to be said, but everyone's there for the fucking collective experience. That is not something you can really have at home, unless you've got a really fucking big house. Maybe you do, I don't know. But unless you got that, you can't have like a couple of hundred people in the same room, all having that sort of, I guess, religious experiences.
Unless you dedicate money and time building a room for, let's say, 20, 30 people.
Well, even if you did that, right, at the moment, there's no technology that you would be able to get that would run 3D with the 45 frames per second thing. So the cinemas have got that at the moment. I just don't know why they're not using it.
Is that like that's like the IMAX though only, right?
We don't have an IMAX near us, and we got the The Hobbit at 45 frames per second and in 3D. So like that's what they should be doing with all films. Like if they want to get people to go, because it was an
exactly. That's basically what I get to. It's got to be a better experience than what you can get at home watching it on Sky or fucking DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. It's got to be a better experience. Otherwise, why would you give a fuck?
Back to the topic. Do we have any final thoughts on the whole DRM on Need for Speed?
What actually is it? I mean, what
is it online? Is it on? I assume it's online. DRM you're talking about here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's online. Pretty much everything I said applies.
Yeah.
I think everybody said everything about online DRM. People hate it, but they put up with it basically.
You console guys are going to get a shock. I'm telling you.
Not a fan of DRM.
It's not really any better on PC though, is it? Come on. I mean,
but we know what's coming. They don't. This is their first experience of it. It's going to be a shitstorm. I'm going to sit back.
It's going to make or break all the consoles.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next topic here, which is Tomb Raider becoming is not an exclusive for the Xbox One, but a timed exclusive. And everyone.
Timed exclusive. What a load of bullshit.
But people were flipping the shit that Rise of the Tomb Raider would be an exclusive. Xbox Australia said, I'm reading here, update. We can't update the image, but first the 6 should be added here as Xbox One exclusive. And for those wondering, Rise of the Tomb Raider will be Xbox exclusive, not timed exclusive, but exclusive. And then Phil Spencer had to clean that up, saying there has been no change to our deal on Tomb Raider, same as before when an answer timed. So somebody fucked up big time in Australia.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what else to say, but I mean, everyone knows it's. I mean, especially with this generation of consoles, which are basically PCs in a box. Everybody knows they're PCs in a box. As much as like Microsoft's strategy with the Xbox was basically, they will literally say it's a PC in the box, but it's a particular hardware configuration that makes it easier for developers to aim for. Obviously, Sony at the time of the PS3, they would say, well, we've got better hardware, which is true. They actually absolutely did have better hardware. These days, there's really nothing between them. That they are pretty much saying, well, either you like our system or you like the other system. So I pretty much come to the conclusion of who gives a fuck.
The whole thing is timed exclusive is so fucking stupid that it's more of an irritation than fucking useful.
Again, well, this is the thing. When I say time exclusive, you know that's all about who's made. It's like, I guess it's like if you have something on like any video downloads. Sorry, it's like Netflix. We've got this fucking film first or whatever. Like shit. You know what's going to happen afterwards. Is every other fucking service is going to have that film afterwards. It's just a case of whether you are desperate to see that fucking shit first. That's all it comes down to. The only difference in the past with games was that if you had people talking about PS3 exclusives or whatever, you might actually have people who, I mean, that was literally never going to come on any other console. These days, like I say, they're all basically PCs in a box. So there's really nothing other than how much money did some developer get from Microsoft or Sony to not put it onto another system. That's really the only differential as to whether or not that's really going to be an exclusive.
True. Yep. But I still think timed exclusive DLC or games, it's fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, man. There's not much they can do as a Sony exec or a Microsoft exec. I mean, you have to get some games on your console that are not on the other guys. Or else your console is no competition. So you go, guys, you're developing this game, we kind of want it on our console exclusively.
We'll pay you money.
Cost. And they come back and go, oh, it'll be this much. And then they're like, no, we can't pay that. How about we just have it exclusive for 6 months? And you're like, well, it'll cost you this. And they're like, fine, here's the money. That's the way it's working at the moment.
It is quite bizarre when you think, because I mean, we've talked before about like DRM and stuff. Sorry, not DRM, DLCs. Again, they're pretty much the same thing. It's like it's all about getting. Well, you said before, it's like getting within the first couple of weeks. It's like it's just like music. Pretty much singles are pretty much like that. You got to get it within the first few weeks, otherwise you're fucking flat out. So everything is, all the effort's put in the first few weeks. And this is where I feel like, fuck you guys, I'll buy that in like a year. Everything that is exclusive is suddenly not exclusive anymore. Why the fuck am I going to pay you full price for your shit? Why? You got to give me a fucking decent reason for why I'm going to put all this fucking money into it. Yep. And most of the time they really can't justify it. So unsurprisingly, I'm not going to be buying games at full price.
Yeah, and plus, the price is going to drop for Tomb Raider, and then there's going to be another Tomb Raider Rise of the Tomb Raider Special Edition or Game of the Year Edition or whatever.
Yeah. Rise of the Tomb Raider Special Edition.
Why, with more content though, too, down the road.
Well, I mean, I can't. I mean, I remember when Game of the Year actually meant fucking something. Game of the Year basically just means, well, all the shit's on there now. It was a game of it. Can we change it to game of a year? It was a game of a year, not game of a fucking year. Because it does. I mean, seriously, I've seen. I mean, it was even fucking stupid back in. I mean, I've got Unreal Tournament Game of the Year edition, which is basically all the shit together. And that was back in '99. And there's probably a lot of people listening to this who were probably in their fucking diapers still when '99 was rolling around. It's like, it's gone ridiculous. Pretty much everything about the game industry has gone fucking ridiculous in this way.
That was
It's like,
Game of the Year though, Unreal Tournament. I remember
oh yeah, it was
the
a
days.
that was this thing. It was a proper game. That was a fucking awesome game. '99. I don't know what the fuck else was out in '99, but that was a fucking awesome game.
Quake 3. They were up. They were up against Quake 3 and.
I mean, Quake 3 is okay, but as far as the multiplayer experience, I think Unreal Tournament stomps it into the ground.
So, yeah, I loved that. Loved Unreal Tournament, man.
Yeah.
And you got the Game of the Year edition with all the mods and extra maps and shiny bits. And
yeah, so much fucking good shit on that. But I mean, this is the thing. Nowadays, it doesn't mean fuck all, does it? Really?
No,
it doesn't mean a fucking thing.
That's why we're both shitheads going, all these new games are crap. Fucking DRM.
Some obscure site can just say, "Oh, it's Game of the Year." Oh, this site says it's Game of the Year, so we'll release a Game of the Year.
So how many games of the years are we up to? Probably about 20 or 30 games of the year at this point in time, right? Right. So, okay. Well,
didn't they already release the Shadow and Mortar Game of the Year too? For reals.
I think Depression Quest got a Game of the Year, didn't it?
Depression Quest. Depression Quest 2. Depress harder.
Game of the century. Game of the century. I think
Depression Quest 2. The Revenge.
Depression Quest 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Let's move on to the next topic before we start to.
I will use every sequel trope that you can possibly think of within the next 30 seconds if you don't.
Here we fucking go.
Well, next topic is PS Plus for June.
PS Plus.
Let me screen share this.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
1 sec. Present to
Let's see,
everyone.
what are they getting?
We can watch the video. Let me just make sure you can hear it.
Oh, yes.
Oops.
You're muted, yep.
Hello, my friends. It's Clement here with your free games lineup for June 2015, or as I like to call it, that month with E3 in it. Let's begin with your free PS4 games. This month you'll actually get 4 games you can play on PS4, including 2 that are also available on PS Vita. First up on our menu is a visually stunning chapter in a long-running, deeply complex series, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. This nail-biting mission onto a Cuban military base follows Snake as he attempts to rescue Paz from enemy imprisonment. Time to employ a little tactical espionage action. Next, we have Skulls of the Shogun on PS4. This turn-based strategy game turned a lot of undead heads with its story of a samurai afterlife. Build an army of the undead, battle your opponents, and regain your honor! Okay, let's move right along to 2 PS Vita games that you can also download on PS4, starting with Super Exploding Zoo. In it, players must defend all the precious animal eggs in the zoo from evil aliens who want to eat said eggs. How do you defend these tasty treats? With a herd of explosive animals, obviously. No, this is a fever dream I had last night. This is an honest to...
What was that?
I just like fucking the premise is sucking. That's a fucking hilarious premise. You got exploding animals, for fuck's sake. Come on.
Well, let's continue.
Goodness Tower Defensive Explosion. Now, feast your eyes on Futuridium EP Deluxe. It's a psychedelic, retro-inspired shooter with crazy action, puzzle elements, and a bumping electronic soundtrack.
Oh
Finally,
my god.
let's wrap this month's lineup with your free PS3 games, starting with Call of Juarez Gunslinger. This first-person shooter celebrates the Wild West in a big, bloody way. Take down anyone unlucky enough to cross bounty hunter Silas Greaves. I mean, all I'm saying is that the man can dodge bullets. That ain't natural. And lastly, up for grabs is Cloudberry Kingdom. Cloudberry Kingdom. That sounds so serene and lovely, and holy banana cakes, this looks impossible! The dev team behind this insane 2D platformer spent 2 years writing an AI that could build a near infinite number of levels for any difficulty. Good luck.
That's pretty cool.
As always, Plus members get free.
Yeah.
I played some of those games. I played Cloudberry Kingdom, Metal Gear. I actually own some of those games.
I do like the idea of anything that is sort of a generated level, because I've seen that shit since the Doom days, like things trying to randomly generate. So depending on how well it does, so that's always interesting to me, just as far as
Yeah,
the
because
sort of
Cloudberry
technology
Kingdom's no
progresses.
joke. It is hard as hell, but you get to respawn and just do it again. That's the premise of that whole game.
Well, that is definitely the way. I mean, I don't think any of us like the idea of going back to the days of where you get 3 lives and when you die, you go back to the beginning of the game again.
Yeah, it's unlimited lives, so you can just pretty much do it again and again until you get it. That's how crazy that game is. It is. There's like probably around 100 levels for the story mode, probably 100 or more levels.
I think one of the most hugely sort of the hugest claims, which I've never tested, but there's an old game called The Sentinel, which came out in the 8-bit era, which is basically about sort of absorbing energy and trying to get to the Sentinel and get above him and all this shit. And there was the Sentinel. I've got it on fucking PC. It's like was it Sentinel Returns? Basically the same sort of premise but better graphics, although at least for the 90s era. So this is a 90s game. And it was it also boasted. I mean, the thing is, the original game boasted it's got so many levels because most of them were basically it was based upon a fractal sort of algorithm. So it generated levels rather than them being stored in memory, because you couldn't do that in the sort of 8-bit, because basically you didn't have enough memory to store thousands of levels. Instead, you basically come up with an algorithm that sort of got you. It's like, yeah, I can make an algorithm to generate the levels, and then you've got to play through those. I mean, that kind of sounds like. I mean, I would expect at this point in time where we've developed so much as far as our understanding of how to write software and the amount of memory and shit we've got, that you should be able to do pretty damn well with generated levels. I mean, some games, pretty much, you should be able to generate infinite levels, really. I mean, as much of a challenge as you'd like. I guess that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. It's like a bit like Tetris is kind of the challenge that never ends, but with obviously you've got more variation if you've got a platform or something like that going on, because it is a different style of game. But you kind of see what I'm. Hopefully, hopefully, everyone understands what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not just
we
talking
totally
gibberish.
get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello?
Platformers, don't like them.
There we go. The Dour Scotsman.
Of course, man. No,
He's down on the platformers. Fuck platformers.
I'm just down on everything, man. Now I just get pissed off. Like these cunts hyping fucking Fallout 4. I'm like, it's only going to crash every 30 seconds.
What is that? Is that a topic, Angelo? Fallout 4, because fucking hell,
we kind of covered it.
I'm not surprised. All I've seen is fucking on Twitter is people are going, yeah. I won't talk about it anymore. Just to say, my God, people are going fucking insane for nothing at this point. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. For fuck's sake, calm down, people.
Yeah, we watched the trailer and just shared our thoughts on it.
Be a dour Scotsman and just give them no monies until it comes on the Steam sale a year down the line. Get all the DLC and everything for 75% off, and the game actually might work. So.
Yeah, I'll watch this shit back later, so I won't interrupt anymore on that shit. So there you go. Oh, a door sound. That's lovely. Who's entering? Challenger approaches.
The thing that probably surprised me the most was Ground Zero being on there.
Yeah, that should have been for free anyway, to be honest. That was some type of demo. Not something that you pay for. That's fucking ridiculous, man. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, I've been watching these ones, and I have looked at these sort of PlayStation Plus, and it's like the main thing that I've looked at it is like I'd like to be able to sort of Well, actually, this is kind of a fucking stupid thing. Why shouldn't I think it should be like a free thing on PlayStation. You should be able to back up your fucking save games to the cloud on your account. But you can't do that unless you're PlayStation Plus. And like, I've looked at it. It's like the thing is, I guess if either I've got to be a lot richer and therefore do nothing with either that means I can just pay for my shit and I don't have to worry about anything and I can just sit at home all day playing games, or you've got a parent paying for it because I don't know how else you're going to play all these fucking games. Like was it like 15 quid a month or something on the PlayStation Plus? I get that. I get it.
It
But
was
I mean,
okay on the VR, and it was okay on the PlayStation 3 because you paid for that, and you got the free games, and it worked out okay because you would get the free games, and that would cover the price that you paid every month anyway.
yeah.
So it worked out okay that way. But now that they've cut everything, I don't know what they've done. It's that you have to pay for online all the time anyway now, right? So.
Well, because they've gone because the PSP network for PS4 is now you have to pay for that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And so that's another reason. That's another reason why I'm not going to be buying a fucking console. So
I don't know
well done.
Why do people buy consoles, man? I get free.
Well,
online.
I bought the PS.
I pay BT for the online. I don't need to pay fucking Sony for it as well.
I bought the PS3 mostly because the Blu-ray is much better than any PC I've ever had.
Yep.
So as basically, it's a Blu-ray player plus a game player. That's kind of a bonus, pretty much.
Well, that's PS3 at the time, though. So that was.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it is old hat now, but there are still games coming out for it. I've still got fucking backlogs. But I mean, this is the thing. I mean, PS3 is almost as successful as PS2. And PS2 was obviously the DVD player back in the day, so.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the thing. If you're talking about new, well, there is no new optical file. Everything's going download, and when everything's download, have you got anything to differentiate yourself? No, you don't. You've got Jesus fuck.
It's a phone.
It's a phone. Hello. Yes, I'm just streaming.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember that big Nokia ringtone, and you walk away with that big massive phone and go,
yeah.
Hello.
Trigger Happy TV with Dom Jolly.
Yep, that's it. God damn.
That's the one.
Funny.
For anyone listening who wants to look that shit up, I mean, God, that was late '90s, and yeah, it's pretty funny. That's some classic sort of punk, I guess. What do they call it these days? Punk. You got fuck Ashton Kutcher, but I mean that's basically the same thing. I'm just putting it out there for Americans who don't know John Jolly. You fucking cunts.
But for the games, I played Call of Juarez Gunslinger. That's a pretty good game.
Well, there's a series of games. Like
no, this game.
Isn't it?
There was one that was really rubbish, but that one's actually good. This one's good. This one's a wee short.
Oh, right.
Nice little short, completely different game.
Yeah, it's like a few hours long, so.
Call of Juarez, was it the original one was called Call of Juarez? Because the only thing I remember was seeing a review. You might know more Blade, which is Charlie Brooker had done a thing about it where he was complaining that basically the guy, the protagonist, was calling like sit down bitch or something like this. It's like, well, in the old West, would you really call someone a bitch? It's like, okay, well, you can see that sort of accuracy point, but I mean.
I think that might have been the third one, because the third one got loads of shit like that, and it was a completely bad game as well. But there's two originals, or there was the first one was quite good, second one was alright, and then the third one just got shat upon, and this one's actually quite a good. It works, so there's that.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
I liked it. I really enjoyed it, especially if you're into Clint Eastwood and the old westerns. That's brilliant.
Well, actually, that's a good question. It's like, how well does it do that sort of good, bad, and the ugly?
Oh, brilliantly! It takes the piss out of it. Well, not takes the piss, but it's very authentic. It's like playing a film, sort of.
Homage,
It's
sort of
really good.
an homage to spaghetti westerns,
Yes,
rather
it's
than
got
taking
everything in
piss.
there. It's got oh, who was it?
Has it got the music to go with it? I mean, I assume that they've got
I think so.
Ennio Morricone, so you're not gonna have that good of music. But I mean, I assume
No,
you've
but
got
it's
pretty appropriate music. Because that's quite a big thing.
it's in that style, should we say?
Yeah.
And then there's oh, who was it? Billy the Kid. It's got Billy the Kid in it, and it tells you about the Wyatt Earps and stuff, and you get cards in the game, and it actually tells you the real history of that character.
So it's a bit like Assassin's Creed, where they got the Animus database, trying to tell you much about history as possible.
No, it's only wee cards. It's like play cards on the screen.
Do they? So the cards have a alternate role as far as gameplay or something like that?
No, it's just if it's just like
just
on the
just
extras
information.
Menu.
Just information.
It's
Yeah.
just in the extras menu. Once you completed a certain story, you could go into the extras menu, and it'll tell you more about the characters.
It's like,
in real life.
motherfucker, if you have a DeLorean and you want to time travel back to the Old West,
this is the date and the
then
place.
this is what you
Yeah.
need to be informed about what you do when you get back to the Old West.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to meet Billy the Kid, here's the time and the place that he died or whatever, or born. Aye,
Well,
that's
it's either that. If you want to meet Billy the Kid, you could be two dropouts from San Dimas who happen to upon a time travel device, which is suspiciously like Doctor Who's device, but it's not Doctor Who's device. In fact, it's a South American phone booth, which George Carlin will explain to you how to use that.
Yep.
And you will have you will have an excellent adventure if you do that.
Yeah. Anyway, the game's quite good, man.
There we go.
The game's quite good. It's I'd say it's worth playing. It was I don't know. It was quite cheap as well. It wasn't a full price game. It was just perfect for what it was.
How long was it?
Five hours.
5 hours.
That's not bad. That's not too bad, really. I mean,
And I think it was 15.
5 hours?
What was it? £15?
Yeah,
15.
15 American dollars, assuming you're not being
No,
screwed over.
15 quid. 15 quid.
Okay. Well, I
came
guess
out.
I guess that is about half price of like what you'd have a full price, maybe 30 quid. I guess. Well, I always try to think about the American, because I always say about $60 for a game. And you know how we get screwed over here in pricing. They always fucking up it for the pricing. So
Yeah, it was
7
about.
hours. Is that about right? Maybe that may be reasonable. Depends,
It was 5
really.
hours. It was really enjoyable. Quite good gunplay. If you're into the westerns, man, it's even worth more than that. I'd chuck 20 quid at it or something if I was into the westerns, because it's quite a good game, man. It's all neat and tidy, and it does its job. So.
What about replayability? Has it got any of that?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it says that. You can play different. There's different character traits and stuff. You can have dual wielding pistol guy, or you can have the sniper guy, or whatever.
Well,
your stats
that's
into.
pretty cool, because even a short game, if it's got a lot of value and replay, can be definitely worth. In fact, I think I prefer, if the game's got a lot of replay, I prefer a short game, because then you can go through all the different scenarios much easier.
See, I'm not like that. If I play a game, man, that's me done.
I know what you're saying. Like I would, for a long game, definitely for myself, but for a shorter game, I'd be more interested in playing all the different variations, if you see what I'm getting at.
Yep. I mean, I never went back to it, because every time, like, I'll complete a game, and there'll be another one that I want to play anyway, because my Steam list is that bloody big. I'll be like, oh, I've not played that game for a while, let's jump into that one, and then
First world problems. First world problems.
Aye. But it's not even, I didn't even spend that much money on bloody games, man. Because I'm a cheap ass, so. The most I spend on a game's like 25 quid, possibly.
I think the last time I paid full price for a game, I think it was Half-Life, the original Half-Life, and I paid like 35 quid for it back in 1998. So that's the last time I paid full price. Fucking hell, that's a long time ago. Jesus Christ.
Sure, that wasn't.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Half-Life.
2? No, Half-Life 2 was.
No, Half-Life 2 came about 2004 or
Half-Life
something. Right? Yeah.
It never will.
Yeah, you keep on dreaming, fanboys. You can pray to the god Gaben all you like, but he will not deliver. You can sacrifice as many babies as you like to the altar of Gaben.
What happened to the episodes, man? God damn it. Episode 2 just ended like that. That was it. It's like, oh man.
Well, this is I'll tell you the reason why there's never going to be a Half-Life 3 is because people like you have already bought fuck knows how many games and you haven't played them. They're already swimming in fucking money. They don't need to make any games.
Exactly. They've got Steam, man. Steam setting.
Okay, this is the thing. If you want to see Half-Life 3, all you have to do is stop buying games on Steam and say, I won't buy any more games on Steam until you make Half-Life 3. That's how you do it.
That's exactly how you do it. And Gibbon will be like, right guys, look, we've already got it done. Ship it now because everyone's pissed off. That's what it is. He's waiting for the biggest fuck up he can ever do, and everyone leaves Steam, and then he'll just go bring out his trump card, his ace card, Half-Life 3, and everyone will just flood back onto Steam, and it'll be like, got you, motherfuckers. That's
indeed.
Lord Gaben, man, he knows his business.
Well, back to the topic, which was the PS Plus. Any last thoughts on them?
There are a lot of fun games on there that I know that are fun. I actually played one of them. I played actually 3 of them out of those titles.
Make up your mind. Was it 1 or 3? For God's sake, we can't trust
Sorry,
you.
I know. Yeah, 'cause I did play.
You know I'm teasing. I'm teasing, man.
I know. It's like there's so many games that I played that I just lose count. I'm like, okay. and I have to say, they're pretty good games. Call Walrus Gunslinger was actually okay. It wasn't like the best game ever made, but it was fun. Cloudberry Kingdom was actually another one that I liked. That was actually a good game too. Let me see. Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid was okay.
Well, I'm wondering. I mean, is that the last? That's not the last one that. Because all I've ever seen is like Kojima fanboys getting fucking butt.
That's that one. That's
that one.
Yeah, because a lot of people were like, a lot of people did not like that liked it because it was like it was a demo.
Yep, demo for 40 quid, brilliant.
Okay, whatever. Like I don't know, take a. Okay, okay. Put a message out there. Everyone is like, I'd buy a game for $40 at Kojima. Okay, pull your resources. Buy out Konami. You can buy them out, and then you can control them as shareholders, and then get them to make any game you want. That, in fact, that's a good. I mean, if there's enough gamers out there, for any company, and you could just say, well, I'll publicly buy you fucking out. I won't buy any games. I'll say, I'll put my budget. Let's say, if I spend like $1,000 for a year, I'll buy whatever shares in X company. Get everyone together to do that, and then you can just get them to make the games you want.
Well, do you know what I would do if I was a shareholder of a company? I would release demos all the time for 40 quid, like all the time. That's all the company would do. That would all it would do. Just make tech demos and shove them out for 40 quid a time. Just go, because I mean.
You can't argue that.
Because I mean that's how you make money, man. If people are going to buy it, man. People are dumb enough to buy demos for 40 quid.
Let's move on to the next topic then. I think we pretty much said everything about that. The next topic is FIFA adding females to FIFA 16.
Females?
You know what? That's fine.
Females?
Yeah, wow, I don't. It doesn't affect me in any way. That's all I have to say.
Sorry, as a hardened misogynist, as everyone knows I am, because I've tweeted #Gamergate, which means I am a misogynist, hardened misogynist, all I can say is I don't give a fuck because I don't play FIFA games.
You know, that's what I say as well. But I find it funny though that it's a soccer game for being in Britain and a FIFA game.
Football, you heretic.
Well,
Football.
yeah. Look,
Only piss off the fans.
Don't do down on him. He was trying to be international. All the Europeans here, myself, you, Mornblade, we're all
You
Europeans.
guys call it a field a pitch.
And I also know Scottish people consider Scottish football to be the only real football. I know that.
Well,
yeah, that's
maybe.
Yes.
No,
yeah, not maybe. No. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just the whole.
I'm not interested in football, but all I can say is I know why the fans were pissed because
it's nothing substantial.
Well, no, it's because they've took time away to put in female teams, and no one knows female teams, man. I mean, I can name loads of male teams in football, and I don't care. But
yeah.
I would, if I was a fan of football, I would be a wee bit pissed. I would say, why haven't you got all the male teams? If you've got all the male teams in there, all of them, then you could put females in.
Well, the complaints I've seen are not so much that you haven't got the male team. It's more, motherfucker, online play is still kind of shit because you fix online play before you add women. That's the kind of complaints I see.
Exactly. Well, that's it. Fix the fucking game before you start adding shit, you fannies.
Well, this is the thing. The reason why I can see that they've done it is because, think about it. What's easier? You take basically the same game engine, and you add a different couple of character models and stats and whatever, right? I mean, it's no fucking different to what you've already done for capturing, I don't know, all the fucking standard male players. You just do it the female players. It's exactly the same fucking thing. It's no more difficult. Once you've got the basic engine in place, how fucking difficult is to add female characters? It's not like, all right, well, I've got period mechanics or something. Oh, someone's on the rag or something. It's like, you're not fucking doing that, are you? For Christ's sake.
Man, I mean, I don't know, man. I just see it as something stupid. I don't care, but I can see why most football fans would be fucking pissed.
Well, this thing, it's not. I mean, a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, right, it's just male football fans." No, the thing is, and I'm speaking as a person who doesn't really give any fucking shits whatsoever about any football team. And I only say that here because if I was out in the street where I am, I would say, yeah, I love the West Ham. I love West Ham. I love the Hammers. I love them.
It's like being
because I don't want to be stabbed. I don't want to be stabbed.
Exactly.
That's
if you go to Glasgow, you have to make sure you're in the right bit of town and you say Celtic. If you're in the other bit of town, you say Rangers because you get stabbed.
Exactly. So. Yeah, you understand. Yeah, anyone who doesn't understand British, that's pretty much what it is. If you're somebody who doesn't care that much about football, you basically go where the fucking flow is because you don't want to get stabbed. It's that simple. And I know plenty of women who are much bigger football fans. Well, in fact, actually, as far as people I know, most of the women I know are much more into rugby than they are into football. So I'm not even a really good person to ask about this.
We have something similar to that, and that's we have like a league right now that's called the Legends Football League, which basically they call it the Lingerie League, but basically women who like to play of the gridiron of football, basically.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, actually, the sort of point I want to make, which is one I had seen before, which is like the idea that, I mean, I've seen a lot of people tweeting on this, like, oh, this is a fucking victory for feminism or whatever. No, it's bullshit. It's like female tennis, for example. People have been fucking raving about the Venus Williams. They fucking love what they've done. Why? It's not because they're fucking women, because they play great tennis. So for fucking years, tennis games have had plenty of strong female characters in it. And it's because, pretty much, the reason is because watching the women's game is as entertaining as watching the men's game. Obviously the men play for 5 sets and the women play for 3 sets, but either way, it's still entertaining to watch, and I enjoy watching Wimbledon when it's come around. Wimbledon's going to be started off soon,
boxing,
so
especially female boxing. That thing, they go for blood.
yeah, this is basically the thing. It's not. It's not. I mean, people want to put it in like, oh, this is a sexism thing or whatever. It's more a case of what is entertaining to watch, and the fact is, nobody watches fucking female football, not even women. And I know this for a fact. There are women who much prefer watching male football because they say, well, why do you watch it? Because it's just better to watch. It's more skillful or whatever. And it's like, okay, you could say, right, well, that means because you need more investment in women's football or whatever. Fine, that might be the case. But the fact is,
true.
but the fact is, like, there were. I mean, I could go off topic.
Let me see if I can show you something here.
Yeah,
These
sure.
are pictures of women that play this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they play this game. You can see right here from the images.
I'm thinking of something slightly more dignified than what your Americans do. So
They are promoting this. This is the type of thing. You would watch it. It would be interesting to see a bunch of women knocking each other down. It's like we call it arena football, and they're playing this type of thing to promote women into football. And some of these women are pretty hot, but it's like, damn. It's like, damn, these chicks are like really into this game, and they just knock each other down and beat each other up. And I was like watching it from all the highlights that they did on that thing, and especially I can't believe they also have this in Australia right now. They're gonna push. They're gonna probably push this.
I can believe that because I know. I mean, I know Australian women. I can believe that massively.
I wonder if we've got it over here yet.
Well, actually, I mean, this is the thing. I don't know about you, Mornblade, but I mean, I knew quite a few women who played like women's rugby, and these are some tough women. This is the thing. At the end of the day, it's not about whether you're male or female. It's about how entertaining it is. And like I say, this is why for years and years and years, you've had like tennis games with women in them. Why? Because you got people like Serena and Venus Williams who are entertaining to watch.
I don't know. I know I can name. I'm not into football, but I can name nearly a lot of bloody football teams, main ones, right? And I can't name any female ones. So that's why I think
can you name the Canadian
leagues? Game. That's it. There's no sexism involved. I don't see why they've done it.
The reason why they've done it is, it's simple pandering. And this is the thing. All I can go to again is the fact that it's not like, oh right, women are clamoring to watch women's football. They're not. Nobody's watching it. All the women I know are big supporters. They are fucking. They want to watch the men's football,
right?
Exactly. That's what they want to watch.
He's kicking the ball very nicely. I like his leg.
I had a fucking girlfriend, and and she was talking about every time she said it, it's like Didier Drogba. It's like, no. You got to stop talking about Didier Drogba. This is making me fucking jealous. Let's stop talking about him. No, I can't have that shit. So I did have a girl who she found him fairly attractive. It's like, no, I will not have this shit. But
David Beckham, god damn it.
Oh god, yeah. But I mean, this is the point. It's not. I mean, there are plenty of sports that women play that I mean, the reason why I come back to tennis all the time is because I fucking love it. I can't fucking play tennis for shit.
Just see face,
you dirty bastard. Shut the fuck up, you dirty bastard.
The whole thing with the female in FIFA, I'm just wondering who the fuck asked for a female being in
Sepp
FIFA?
Blatter. I'm sure he did, but he probably said, "All right, well they're not wearing."
This is nothing new. I know that the women's league of FIFA existed back in 2000 back in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, it's been going for quite a while.
Since the 80s or before.
There's been women's World Cups and shit like this. It's just nobody fucking watches. That's basically what happens. Nobody fucking watches.
No, that's the problem. No one watches. No one knows anything about it. So it doesn't get put in games.
Yeah, pretty much
And the thing
all I
is,
know is the pin one.
and it's the thing, if you have seen them, it's like they don't really play that fucking well. You're not surprised. It's like, I don't watch that much football, so whenever I do it's like when it comes around the World Cup time, it's like I'll be involved and people are more interested in football than me. It's like go along and stuff, and you see some top flight fucking football. You see some people who can do some fucking amazing shit on the field, and when you see the women do the equipment, they just can't do it. I mean, I don't care what reason it is. You could say whatever fucking reason it is. The fact is, it doesn't matter what reason the women are not doing as well. The fact is, they're not doing as well, so they're not as interesting to watch. This is as simple as that. Now, I'm not saying that it's fundamentally impossible in some sort of sexist way, but again, I come back to I very much enjoy watching Wimbledon, and I watch all of it. I watch the women's, I watch the men's, I watch the mixed. I really do enjoy the tennis. I'm very middle class in that way, I suppose. But yeah, there's not many other things that I've. Hockey, maybe. I mean, again, these are all things you really see at the Olympics, and you don't really see much on television otherwise. Athletics, that's probably another one where, again, it doesn't matter so much. You see women competing, and you care about that shit. It's just, again, you could. I mean, I guess if you're a complainer type, and if someone is watching this and they're like, I fucking want women and men to be equal in every way, or parity as it has been expressed, like you've got to be absolutely equal, despite any physical characteristics. It's like, that's fine. Okay, you want to watch that shit, watch it. But the fact is, people are voting with their feet. Women and men. Women and men agree. Men's football is more interesting. And that's coming from someone who really doesn't find football interesting at all. I'm just observing the trends here. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I guess you could. A lot of people don't really watch it unless it's interesting, but I guess they want to promote it because they want to see more representation in sports. I guess.
I'm not even bothered. I'm not even bothered by that because, like I say, I assume as far as the development process goes, it's probably just as easy to add a woman in as it is a man. You get the woman in, you get the motion capture in, you do all the fucking modeling, all that shit, and you've got your fucking characters in the game, right? Pretty much as simple as no more difficult than it is for any of the male
I
players.
guess they're trying to add more. I guess they're gonna add 100,000 more characters into a game.
But all the complaints I see are not that it's women. It's more, look, FIFA, you're broken in X, Y, and Z ways because you fucking sort out your game. So obviously, adding women is not going to sort out the game. Again, I don't care. And actually, an interesting sort of side note is I know a lot of people who play Pro Evolution Soccer. Pro Evolution Soccer tends to only get like one or two teams. Like I remember the last time I fucking played on the PS2, they basically had Chelsea and someone else. I can't even remember because the people I was playing with, they were Chelsea fans. So they basically the only team they had with all the actual names was the Chelsea team. Everything else is like like analogs. It's like they had the same because obviously in America because you got places like Miami Heat and stuff. You wouldn't be able to say Miami Heat. But in the UK, for football teams, you've got something like Southampton Football Club. Well, Southampton is just the name of a city, so you can still call it Southampton Football Club because there's nothing sort of, I guess, copyright or trademark. You can't trademark that shit, I suppose. So, but the names of everybody is different. So you've got some different names, but you got I don't know. Everybody's sort of similar, but they got the same stats or whatever. But they're not the actual players with the actual shit or whatever going on. So you can. So the only people with the actual real names and the real faces are basically the ones they paid for the licenses. But a lot of people I knew at the time, I don't know if it's still true, probably is, they were Pro Evolution Soccer fans. And why? Well, I assume because they thought Pro Evolution Soccer played a lot better than FIFA. Because they could have bought FIFA.
It was a better. It was at the time, a good while ago, it used to be a hell of a lot better. The mechanics and everything, it just worked better than FIFA did. I don't know what it is now because I'm not interested, but I remember that being a thing for a while.
Yeah, same here, man. I mean, I wish there was someone here who was a football fan who was also a gamer who could explain this shit to me, because I really don't know either. I never play this shit, excuse me, when I go around to friends' houses.
You never played FIFA?
Oh, I've got fucking FIFA for the fucking Wii over there somewhere, which has been played about twice. But but that's FIFA '08 for fuck's sake. That's when the Wii first came out. So that's got Wayne Rooney on the fucking front of the cover. But I mean, well, this is the thing. It's like mostly it's a case of people who the only time I ever really play football games is when I go out to people's houses and they're really football fanatics. I guess you probably have a similar thing in the United States where you've got people who basically have a console or like people who play NFL.
Yeah.
Or something like that, right, yeah.
Well,
that's basically all they have. They have the one game, it's NFL or NBA or whatever, and they basically have no other games. That's all they have.
Yeah.
One sports game.
I mean, everyone asking for this feature, I think it's just a few men or women.
Who is asking? Who is asking though? That's the question.
Yeah, because FIFA themselves said, or EA said, this is one of the most requested features, which I think is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything I've seen on like Twitter and shit is basically everyone going, no, fix online play, fix online play, fix online play. There's a lot of people who want to fucking have a decent online play experience, apparently. I mean, I can't imagine why. It's almost like what they want to do is play other people online and have a decent experience. I can't imagine that's why that's surprising.
Why would you want that in 2015, man? I mean,
I know, they're insane. They must be sexists. They must be.
Must
be sexist.
Everyone's got internet access, and every game's got an online bit, and like, but it's FIFA, man. Why would you want it online? I mean, like,
well, it's not they don't. Well, it's the thing. It's not they don't have
writing
online.
the same game for 40 years, man. We're putting out the same code. We don't want to do the online thing, man.
No,
we
they've
never
got
had online before. Why
no,
do you
they've
want
got
it now?
they've got
Let's
online.
have some
They've
women.
got online. Sorry, Morn. They've got online. It's not that they haven't got online. It's just the online shit.
Aye, well,
that's their complaint. Yeah, well, exactly. So this is the reason why I go. Why the whole women thing seems to me like a sort of an easy win, because how difficult is it? Can't be any more difficult for them to go and model the women than it is the men.
No.
And all they can say is new feature. We got fucking women.
We're talking about EA here, so
and well, this thing you can. And then, well, this is the thing. Okay, it's a combination. You can say easy win. We've got women in it, and then when all the fans, mostly male, there will be some female in there. Don't worry about that. There will be. They all go. Exactly. They all go. Well, we didn't fucking want women. We wanted a decent online play. They go, well, you were sexist. And they go, I just wanted to be able to play online, motherfucker. I wanted to play a decent game online.
Our engine that we've been using for 10 years, we just can't fix the online thing because it's fucked, and we're not making a new engine, guys. Go fuck yourself. Here's some women.
Basically,
what they've done. That's exactly what they've done.
Well, that seems to be the base. I mean, basically, if it was a case of that, they basically said, "Yeah, we've made online this silky smooth experience, and everything else is perfect, and we've also got women." Nobody would give a shit, basically, because we can do what we want. All we wanted was a game where you could play online very well. You got women, great, but what we really wanted was a good online game. So if they delivered a great online game, I'm pretty sure all the FIFA fans wouldn't have said fucking shit about anything else. They wouldn't have given a shit. Everybody could have gone on with their merry lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think pretty much said everything about this topic. So let's move on to the next one, which is XCOM 2 being announced.
XCOM Alien Unknown, if I remember correctly.
Just XCOM 2.
No, I'm thinking of the old ones because
Enemy Unknown.
Enemy Unknown. Yeah, because
he knows these games. He knows it from ages ago.
Yeah, because well, this is the thing, because I think the only one I ever played was some PC sequel to like the original one, which was also turn-based, and I think that was a demo, and I think that's the only one I ever played. So I don't think I have much to add to this conversation. Well, that's what I wanted to get in.
Did you not play the new XCOM? The new XCOM was quite good. It was quite a good remake. Wasn't bad. I mean, there were some bits that weren't that good, but
well, the thing is, I know there are some people who like swear by XCOM as like a holy grail and shit like that. I was never one of them. I mean, it looked like an alright game. I don't know. I guess it kind of missed me. It was like a near miss. A comet. I could have been apocalypsed by that comet, but it skimmed past me and it didn't cause me to explode into an XCOM fever.
No,
Yeah,
but
is
the XCOM, it was. I just remember playing it with a mate had it on his Amiga, and I remember playing it. I don't know what one it was. I know there's 2 or 3 of them, and then there was a couple of them that came out that were shit, and then the new one that this one's going to be based on, probably, hopefully, was a
Is it
really
going to be turn-based as well? This one?
Yeah.
well, aye. It has to be. It's XCOM, man.
Well, that's the thing, because I'm pretty sure there was
Yes, there were shit ones.
there were ones that weren't turn-based, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
which people
probably.
didn't like. There were people. The only other one I can sort of remember, there was kind of a 3D one that I think a lot of people didn't like. It was still turn-based, but it was kind of 90s 3D, so a lot of it didn't look that great. But it was okay as far as I can remember. But I think I only played about 10 minutes of it at a friend's house. So fuck knows that I can't speak.
There's been a good few of them, and the ones before this newest one were shit, pretty much. And then this one came out, everyone was like, oh, they're going to mess it up again. And it came out, and everyone was like, oh, it's actually quite good. They've done a good job of remaking it.
Well, it was a new company and not the original people, so. I saw an interview.
That's interesting. That's interesting, because if it is an entirely new, like the Leon
Actually,
stopped.
I'm not sure if it was. I think it was the same as the Command and Conquer type thing that happened. So you've got different companies under the same.
Well, I mean, all I was going to say is if it is a different development company. Now, I can understand why most of the time you'd want the same people to do it, but people move on. People could check. I mean, the only analogy I can give, like, look at how Spielberg and Lucas fucked up Indiana Jones, right?
Well,
You kind of at that point you'd feel like you'd want some new blood who like love the old games and sort of want to do it properly.
This is what I'm saying. What happened was the ones that were crap, they were like the old company that used to do them all, if I'm thinking rightly, or they got the rights, or something happened. Anyway, the other one that made the original games dissolved ages ago, kind of like Bullfrog, right? But I
that's
think
EA now. If Bullfrog was absorbed into EA, right?
Some old guys from the old original games or something maybe in there, or maybe they're a whole new studio. Whatever it is, they've done a good job on remaking the XCOM anyway. So, like, because you know how people are with the studios, they leave and then they maybe come back with something else. Like the guys who are doing Elite and the other game.
All right.
Does anyone else know anything about the XCOM things? Because
no, I don't. I really don't know much about XCOM.
Well, the Scott may talk. He'll talk about the freedom of XCOM.
Well, no, I still need to complete. I've not played a lot of it. I played a bit, and I was like, yeah, it's a good game. And then something else came up. I don't know. It could have been anything. I've got to get back to it, but it's a good thing if they're making another one, yeah, because it was a good version of the XCOM. So there's that.
I've really never played the XCOM series, so.
Yeah, I was same with me. Like Untitled, do you know any I mean, as far as like who's developing it and that shit, do you know any details about that shit?
It's 2K, so I think it's the same developer.
Yeah, 2K. Take-Two always did XCOM.
So, but I saw an interview a while back from the guys who made or the director from the new XCOM, and he was like the biggest fan of. I think the original creator. I think it was Sid Meier who created it.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean Sid Meier, who did many classic things like Dungeon Keeper and Populous and Civilization, not Civilization, Settlers. That's the one. All that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and one sec. Continue.
Let's see. I'm just looking up Mythos. Mythos Game Studios and Micropose in 1994.
Oh
XCOM
Jesus,
Enemy
Michael
Unknown, developed by Frixis. And then there was a
Fixes.
reboot.
God damn.
There was a
None of
reboot by Take-Two that was Enemy Unknown, developed by Frixis Games, released in
Yeah, Enemy
2012.
Unknown. Yeah, I remember that one. I mean, I was just thinking, God damn, every studio you've mentioned, they don't exist anymore. They've all been swallowed
Well,
up.
Frixis Games
Yeah.
does, because they're the one making
Yeah, that
XCOM
exist.
2.
Just by quickly to what I was saying, I saw the interview of the the director of the game, and he had the utmost respect of Sid Meier and said he tried to make everything what it was essential of the original XCOM and tried to make it in a modern setting, but adding a few tweaks so it worked. But he tried to make it as authentic to the first one as possible. So that just shows you the people who work on the XCOM games really care for this title.
Well, the thing is, it's not like it's ever been not the case that you if you can pass that you could. I mean, you could. I mean, this thing you can pass off things to other people, and they can always develop a concept in the same style. And in fact, sometimes I think it works better. I mean, again, I kind of mentioned Lucas because, like, what is the film everybody, pretty much every Star Wars fan agrees on the best film is Empire, right?
Yes.
Right. And who directed that? It was Lawrence Kasadian. It wasn't fucking Lucas. And
no, it was Irving Kirshner.
Was it Irvin Kirshner? Was it
Yeah.
Lawrence who did the fucking screenplay or whatever? I mean,
Yeah,
Lucas
might
had
be.
less.
Let me check
Yeah,
that.
Lucas had less input into that one. I think that this is the thing. A lot of people have sort of recognised since the prequels that he may have some good sort of ideas, but what he really needs is other people to come along and sort of turn those into good shit. Yeah, turn that into some actual good shit. And when that doesn't happen, when he's allowed full control, it just becomes shit. And everybody's seen that. Yeah, I mean, same thing. It's like if you're. I mean, this is the thing. It's like if you're I mean, this sounds like fanboys, basically, who are talented fanboys able to make a game. That doesn't sound like a bad thing to me. If you're a really talented fanboy, being able to make a game, to me, that sounds like a good thing.
Okay, there was. I've got a list of the games up here. So it was UFO Enemy Unknown, which was the first one in 1994. Mythos Games and Microprose. Microprose was the publisher. And then there was XCOM Terror from the Deep. That was in 1995. That was the same. And then there was XCOM Apocalypse, which was the same. And then there was Interceptor, which was the same companies, and then there was XCOM First Alien Invasion in 1999, which was Hasbro Interactive and Hasbro the publisher, and then
okay,
there was XCOM Enforcer.
Well, I'm wondering with the Hasbro thing because what's Hasbro best known for? It's fucking toys. So
yeah,
I'm wondering if there's some fucking toys coming out.
That's where it went shit.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I'm looking at the IMDb just to clear up. Lee Brackett and Lawrence Kasdan did the screenplay.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Thank you.
Yeah.
So there was 4 games by. No, wait, 2 got unreleased. So there's 2 games by Hasbro Interactive, and I think that's where it went wrong because that was in 1999 and
it is
2001.
Hasbro. All you can say is it's fucking Hasbro. For fuck's sake, it's Hasbro.
Hasbro. So
what else do you need to say?
That's why the games are. The ones must have been the shit ones, pretty much.
No fucking shit. It's Hasbro. It's fucking Hasbro. Think about them.
Yeah.
They're the fucking toy company for fuck's
But
sake.
they released it.
Look at what when I think of a game company, remember what LJN used to be like.
LJN, the rainbow of shit.
Yes.
LJN.
The Angry Video Game Nerds recreating.
Yes, I've seen. Well, this is an interesting thing because, it's a slight diversion, Angelo. You may stab me in the face if you feel the need to, if I've gone on too long. But in America, it seemed like a lot of the LGN stuff in Europe was done by a company called Ocean Software. You may be familiar with them, Andre. I
Yeah,
don't know if you are.
I know them.
Which
I remember Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean
They
Software.
were, yeah, they
Oh
were
no,
British.
I'm not
Yeah,
familiar.
they were a British company, and they had a similar pattern of doing like film licenses and stuff like that. They did. I mean, They had a lot of original shit in the early '80s, which were a lot of them were. I mean, basically, they're kind of like a publisher come developer. So
Yeah,
that
they've been best
stuff.
known to make movie games.
Yeah, so they did. They did like Total Recall game on the Spectrum, and they did the RoboCop games, and they did
And I'm looking it
the
up.
Terminator. What other stuff? I'm
Jurassic
trying to remember
Park
what other stuff.
and Adam's Family, and Batman: The Cape Crusader.
Yes, Jurassic Park never came to Spectrum. Adam's Family did. That was one of the last ones because that was pretty much the end of the Spectrum's life. Adam's Family did. I played the SNES one. And the 8-bit.
But they're best known for
version is quite
Contra.
different.
But they're best known for
Contra,
licensing
really?
Contra. Yeah.
I did not know.
Let me
Because
see.
I don't even think there is a Contra on the Spectrum.
They licensed it. Actually, they were the developers of it, according to them.
They did because I know when I was growing up, I had a lot of fucking Ocean Software shit. Contra was never one that I played on the Spectrum. Mornblade, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there ever was one.
They
on
were
the Spectrum.
publishers, actually. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
What was that? An Ocean?
Ocean Software.
You must know Ocean
I remember
Software.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were on. I can't remember, man. I had thousands of games on the Spectrum.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I don't think. I mean, I played Contra in the arcade, and Contra was a fucking awesome game. I'm pretty sure it never came on the Spectrum, which is not surprised because, to be fair, there's a fucking fuckload of projectiles being thrown around. And I'm pretty sure the Spectrum couldn't cope with that amount of shit being thrown around.
Probably. It couldn't even handle more than 8 colours, so.
No, it's technically okay. I'm gonna have my slight nerd rant. 15 colours because black, bright and non-bright was also the same. Otherwise, you've got blue, dark or / dark blue. Then you've got red. Then you've got magenta. Then you've got green. Then you've got cyan or light blue. Then you've got yellow. Then you've got white, which is all the colours in together. Then you've got the bright versions of them, apart from black, as I say. So you've got 15 colours technically. So fuck you.
Well,
actually, that explains for everybody who doesn't care, which is basically everybody on the stream and who's watching. That's the reason why most Spectrum games have black backgrounds, because then you could include bright colours and the black would look the same.
Yep.
There you go.
I was just being sarcastic, man. I was just saying that it can only handle 8 colours.
I was getting excited.
Can't handle
Shut up! I was getting excited by the technical possibilities of the Spectrum. You understand this? This is what happens. I get all fucking dewy-eyed.
It's interesting, right? But no one gives a fuck.
I know. No one gives a fuck, and I just cry my childhood. Oh my god, I'm old. I'm fucking old.
I do, but the thing is, no one gives a fuck. No one else does. So
they should. Well, I will make them give a fuck. I will force them at gunpoint.
Man, they've got their 3D graphics and their high D things.
Unless we have more on this topic, we're gonna move on.
Well, okay. I'll say this right now about XCOM. The thing is, looking at the trailer, I could see what they're doing right here. They're doing the fact that the aliens already conquered the world, and so far I can see that they are the resistance now.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So the aliens, the resistance of humanity is.
Yeah. So technically the aliens already took over the world, and
XCOM failed.
Yeah, XCOM failed, and now XCOM 2 comes back as resistance.
Mm-hmm. That is okay. That is literally resistance. The other resistance, which is called resistance.
Yeah, Resistance: Fall of Man. Those games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're pretty good, actually. I mean, you're fighting enemies. I mean, you're fighting aliens. That's actually.
Yeah, that's well. Okay, I'm gonna have a. They weren't actually enemies. The whole thing was the virus was released that
Yeah,
would
the
turn
virus.
humans.
And then you
into,
find out later on that they were from a different world. So
some different world, and it's all fucking
let's face the
confusing as
truth.
shit.
Every time we played XCOM, Enemy Unknown, someone dies.
Have you lost family members to this? Is what you're trying to say?
No,
No.
Someone dies, and every time you try to.
I played XCOM. One of my family members, my sister died first.
No, someone dies. Like for example, if one of your squad mates dies.
Oh.
Yeah, you skill up. You've got one that's maybe awesome. You've looked after him. You've kind of skilled him up, and then you do something stupid, and you fucking and he dies, and you're like, oh.
You're like, I worked so hard to make that character happen, and now he's dead. Damn it!
I would assume in keeping with the fact that you are. I would assume in keeping with the fact that you obviously are racist and a misogynist, but it would be a black woman that you'd be sending out to be killed first by the aliens.
Oh hell no!
Well, let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic, which is PS4 maybe getting new models this fall.
Of course it will be. Of course it will be.
Cheaper models with less power and.
Yeah, to 1 terabyte model.
Yeah, 1 terabyte hard drive, and some of the in-bits it's going to become lighter. It's unknown what they've changed, but the one new model will use 230 watts instead of 250 watts, which is the original one. So
well, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
It'll be the manufacturing process of the same chips. They'll be shit hot to get done, and they'll be really cheap, and they'll just be slapping them out, and they'll be like, yeah, look, instead of getting however many it is from the silicon, we're getting like twice as much now. The yields are better, and all that stuff.
Exactly. It's just a case of. Manufacturers.
Like the chumps will still pay 300 quid for them. It only costs us 100 quid, but the chumps will still pay 300 for it. So here you go, guys.
Yeah, basically, Mornblade is exactly right. This is just how things fucking progress. Hardware moves on. They'll take advantage of the increased yields of chips and fucking reduced costs of hardware, and they'll sell it to you and say, "This is a new model. It's slightly cheaper." And we're still making money, so fuck you.
Oh, they'll be making twice as much, man. These are the ones who'll be making money from. The first batch, they don't make much from. These are the ones they'll be making money from. That's the way it works, man.
Well, they already have like hard drives that are like how much? Like 3 or 4 terabytes or 5 terabytes.
Well, who cares? I mean, if you buy, well, this is the thing. If you buy a top of the range 4 terabyte hard drive, you could be paying like a couple of £100. So, but if you're buying a cheap one, you could be buying it for about 50 quid, right?
Yeah, because I understand that you can easily install one in the PS4, which you can.
I mean, it's just a case of the quality, right? I mean, I've got like 2 SSD terabyte hard drives in this fucking thing, and those cost like 300 quid each.
Yeah,
and that's because it's a fucking SSD. So,
yes.
Is the PlayStation one gonna have? Is the PlayStation one gonna have SSD? Probably not. It's gonna be a cheap.
It does. No.
It's gonna have a cheap ass hard drive in there. So no fucking shit. No fucking shit. Should I?
Yeah, because you can easily replace it. Because because I know that Sony allows you to do it. You can update it too.
May as well do that then. Why would you buy one of these things?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Just update the hard drive, man.
Yeah,
and you can probably get a better one as well.
Hard drive, they allow you to. If they have the update for it on the website, you can download the little thing and use a USB plug-in and just there you go. That updates it.
Sounds good, man. Because people were doing that with the PS3 as well.
Yeah.
But it's good that Sony's actually letting you do it because I'm pretty sure it was.
Actually, That's
different for
that's
PS3.
an interesting question. Because I've never seen this with consoles, but do you think that is like an easy way for them to compete with PC as far as modding capabilities? Like, we'll give you some ways to mod our console to make it live longer, as it were.
If they could, but at the end of the day, would that be value for money? Because you know what they do with the Sony memory cards and stuff, right? If you buy a Sony camera, it's got
Yeah, oh God. So, I mean, I can't remember. Well, they had their proprietary memory card system, which
they
nobody else
still
uses.
do.
It's fucking expensive as shit. I mean,
Let's
yeah,
see.
fuck that.
They
I
still
mean,
do.
I get.
Because
So
they do have an upgrade kit now, and and they describe right here that it's a serial ATA
ATA.
parallel. Yeah.
Well, the fact. I mean,
parallel ATA is not supported.
well, this is the thing. The fact is, at this point, I've seen what the consoles can do. The only reason I was ever considering even possibly buying a PS4 was Assassin's Creed, and that turned out to be a piece of shit.
You can buy
So,
a laptop, man. You can buy
well,
a laptop that's more powerful than one of your
well,
stupid consoles.
Well, that's
Right.
exactly what I've done. That's exactly what I've done, my friend. So, basically, at this point, it's like consoles. At this point, for me, it's like you have nothing that I give
No,
a
they
shit
don't.
about.
They
No,
have
that's why I
nothing.
built a. Okay, that's why I built a gaming PC, is because you know what? I knew Fallout 4 was going to come out, so all I have to say is this: I'd rather have a good gaming PC than a crappy PS4 that might have glitches everywhere. Same with Xbox One; they're both crap.
Well, my mate's old PC. Well, it's not an old PC. Well, it is. It's old. It's got an older CPU in it than my one. He's got a better graphics card than my one, and we can both play the same games. And his one is like, it must be getting on for like 6 years now, and it plays HD games better than any console. So
why exactly? Why do we even give a shit about consoles?
I could build his. I'm not joking. I could build his PC for 400 quid easy. So why are you buying consoles? Like, why?
There is literally no. I mean, this is the thing.
Most people buy it for exclusive games.
Yeah.
That is literally the only fucking reason. Only fucking reason. If you really want to play some game that's exclusive, that is the only fucking reason whatsoever to give a shit about consoles at this point. Because otherwise, they're just fucking. They're just PCs in a fucking fancy, or not even that fancy box. Not even that fucking fancy box.
They're not even PCs, man. They're laptops.
But it's also convenience. You have to think about that. People said the consoles were dead, and they're selling like hotcakes like right now.
Well, okay. See, when I think convenience, I think I'm gonna get a couple of mates round to play a game. Who has that fucking beat? Nintendo, Wii U. The fact is, pretty much Xbox and PS4, Xbox One and PS4. It's like, oh right, you want to play online? What if I want to have 4 guys in my house and we're all playing? Well, fuck you. No, you can't play 4-player games. Fuck you.
Actually,
fuck you.
Nintendo does it.
But then you've got to buy all the gamepads.
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing.
They allow you to do it, and plus they give you option to use a Wii U controller or a Pro controller.
Yeah, exactly. I've got all that shit. So this is the thing. For me, I've got my PS3, I've got my Wii U. There is no reason for me to buy another console.
No, there is some way. I agree with you
there
there.
is absolutely no reason whatsoever, because the only reason I've really got a console at all because I can have my friends round and we can play together in front of the TV. If you don't have that, then there is no fucking reason whatsoever, but I should bother with a console.
Yep, and you don't get mods. You don't get the 1080p HD. I mean, even at 30 FPS, you don't get 1080p.
True.
It's ridiculous, man. It's
You need the
high-end
high-end PCs to do that shit.
I could on my computer. On my
That's
PC,
what I'm saying.
no.
My mate's one. I could build my mate's one for like 400 quid, even less than that, right? He's got an old CPU that's about 6 years old. I could probably go on eBay right now and buy most of his rig for like 200 quid, right?
Well,
and it will play games. It will play games at 1080p at over 30 FPS. It'll do 60 in some games. Most games it'll
Well,
do 60.
well, that's the
Some
thing. That's
40.
the other thing. But you could always take one component out, sub another one in that's faster, and get a benefit.
Well,
So
that's what
even if
we've
you
done.
say,
That's
well,
exactly.
exactly, right? That's the
But
point.
just to say, but you have to upgrade that PC and with consoles, you know what you're gonna get, and
That's
people
true.
like the
That's
people
true.
like the
But
ecosystem on those consoles. They like it's easy. You just press button and you. It's only dedicated to play games as well. There's no. You don't need to think about drivers or
Install
things to
SteamOS
fuck up.
and just use the SteamOS and that'll do shit for you.
it,
Go done.
well, it's the thing. It does feel like that there's been a bit of a phase. So there was a phase in the 80s where you got like the home computers, like myself and Morblade would have the Spectrum. You got the C64.
I didn't get. Don't put me in your privileged era.
You had you didn't even have a Spectrum. What do you have? You have
Spectrum
a
in the
ZX.
80s and the 90s, and I had the
Yeah, I had a
consoles,
Spectrum.
and then it was in 1995 I got my first proper PC.
I was just saying, motherfucker. I was just saying we had Spectrums. Don't.
I thought you
don't
were
give
saying
me
you
your
had one of
privilege.
these proper fancy.
Okay, guys.
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
No,
No, I didn't. All I was going to say, let me try to actually get my point across, which is about the phases. So there was a point in the 80s where, like, you had comparing the sort of home computers, like in the UK and stuff in Europe, we had the home computers very much, and they did their stuff. But if you look at compare them against like the Nintendo systems, they're obviously inferior as far as graphics and stuff like that. Obviously inferior, right? But then you get towards the 90s, and then the PC starts picking up, and then it's obvious how much superior the PC was. The start of the 90s and getting up towards like the mid 90s when the 3D graphics cards started coming in, and the PC was so obviously superior to like even the PlayStation 1 and shit.
In the end, you're still playing the same game, or the only difference is the graphics. And as from the chat, Mr. Fibble says, I have a console because I don't want to mess around with software and hardware. I just want to turn the machine on and play.
Yeah, then get a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Right now, how the PlayStation 4 is running, I'm not really sure about it, but because Sony's still trying to make it all 1080p, 60 frames per second, even though the game's going to end up acting like going out of control, not working right.
Or install SteamOS on a PC, it should work. I don't know. I've not tried it yet.
Yeah, I guess it's the thing when people
and shit for you.
I mean, I guess the thing is kind of like when people are saying like, well, it just works argument, which is fair enough, but you know, everybody remember that time, like, well, apples just work. Everyone says, oh, I've got a fucking apple, that just works. It's like, no, it doesn't, motherfucker. You know, because you found times when it doesn't work. Same as anything else, right? So I guess the question is, how much effort you want to put in? And I can understand PCs can be little bitches, mostly because you've got all different manufacturers and they've all got their own unique things and they always fuck up in unique ways. But, I mean, Jesus, you compare
they
it
fuck
today,
up if you have different cards. And not everybody cares not everyone cares about mods.
It's got a hell of a lot easier though, man. See with Windows 7, I've not had a lot of problems.
All right.
Like
exactly. I'm just trying to compare. I'm just thinking comparing it back to like in the 90s when I had to do this shit with.
Oh, that's a pig.
Windows 95 crash.
Yeah, exactly.
Just looking down
is so much easier.
But Windows XP and all that. Now, at the moment, right, I don't know how long, it's been a couple of years, and I've been running Windows 7, right, and it tells me when there's an update, I get it. Most of the shit just works now. It just goes, look, there's an update for your drivers, download them, put them on, done, fixed. It just works.
I would disagree because I played Star Wars on my PC, and then suddenly the resolution fucked things up, and I couldn't even play the damn thing. I even tried to go in the code within the game and try to fix it. When I plug in the game on my PS4 or PS3, I can just play it. I know it's gonna work.
Yeah, but that could be the programming because the programming was shit. It's not actually the PC's fault if like the programming shit for that game, if it's ported over or whatever, right? So I'm talking about basic hardware things, like just leaving it to operate. It's fine. If the games, most of the games are made for the PC and it usually works. There's not as much hassle. I mean, I've never seen a blue screen for years now. I think the first blue screen I had was Dragon Age Inquisition, because I was using Mantle and it didn't like it and it went so, and that was the first one I've seen in like 3 years. So it's getting better. So I'm just thinking maybe the Steam OS does all that crap for you, and if it does, then I think you'd be fine. I think you'd be fine with PCs.
There's always gonna be. I mean, it's inescapable that the fact is when you've got when you just basically you've got a random PC with all its different hardware and all its different software and stuff. It's just inevitable consequence that these things interact in ways that you didn't expect. But yes, the main thing for me at this point is like, yeah, I was quite happy playing my last gen consoles and shit, and I still am quite happy playing them. And I'm quite happy with my Wii U and shit like this. It's just at this point I don't see the benefit of the next gen sort of PCs in the boxes.
Yeah,
really.
I
don't really
can see
it.
that, but not everybody cares about graphics or the.
And the other point is actually
better.
consoles do crash as well. Consoles do crash.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time.
Restart them, so I don't get that argument. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
They haven't crashed on me. PS4 has worked fine, and I had it since launch. So.
Well, fuck you then.
Exactly. I've seen consoles crash a lot.
Yeah, but PCs crash a lot as well. So.
Yeah, PCs. I mean,
better hardware.
One thing you have to criticize here, we have to do PCs is that you have to almost reboot the entire thing like every couple months. Like, have to wipe the hard drive, or it's gonna act crazy.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, okay, stop going to dodgy websites. That's what I'm saying. You obviously
I'm just saying it's just from.
Do not delete.
Just from all the games I downloaded.
Do not delete System 32.
Well, we could probably do a stream about consoles versus PC, but I think I mean
no point PCs win.
I think there's I mean I play on both, and now I've kind of gone back to playing MMO, but I switched to PS4 and consoles from time to time. So yeah. Is there anything you guys want to share before we close the stream? SD Zamaran.
I'm SD Zamaran at Twitter. I will link that in the chat. And now I kind of fell asleep. Everyone was all talking about consoles, PC.
Yeah.
Mornblade, you are at on Aerith Radio. It's Friday, I think.
Yep.
Friday.
Friday. 10
Everybody
GMT
get down on Friday.
Oh, God damn it! Don't.
Don't sing that freaking song, please.
There's a distinct possibility if he doesn't get any other guests, he may have to have me on again, which should be disgusting for everyone. No one really wants that shit to happen.
Maybe.
So
No,
Yeah,
Nobody wants
you're
that.
at the
So
Aerith
Aerith
Radio.
Radio GMT. It's BST now, isn't it? At 10
it is
PM
BST.
to
Bullshit time.
12 PM or later or some shit. So it's at bullshit time at 10.
Alright.
I don't know what time it is for you guys, but yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
We should try to figure out the international times. We'll eventually get it
Look,
right.
this is what the fucking internet is for. Just put it to Google, you fucking cunts.
Yeah. Leon, you're at Leon Gunster, right?
Leon Gunstill on YouTube. Leon_Gunstill on Twitter.
And GTA, you're a hero for nuts.
Yes, I'm Hero for Nuts at Hero for Nuts at Hero for Nuts. Remember that, bitches.
And our lovely obligatory shitlord is at XZ Hyrax with an X2 at the end.
I linked to my Twitter chat.
That's right. Just put it. you should put the shit in the description, Angela, when you update, because nobody's ever gonna fucking read this shit. Or you gotta listen with no one's gonna listen with their ears and transcribe it into letters and shit
No.
like that.
There's no way.
Alright.
I don't even do that, man.
Yeah, and you can follow me. I put my Twitter in the description, but if people want to listen, it's at _last_right1. Subscribe.
And look forward to E3. And I will.
Yes.
Oh, I do have some news. I am going to be at GG in LA. I just need to figure out where the hell this location's at.
You have to message people.
California! No doubt
You will have to
about
message
it.
people about it if they are there.
California! No doubt about it.
All right. What you need to
In
do,
the city!
get in contact with Tara.
And Tara. She's on my
hit
Skype
Tara.
too. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
presumably Michael as well, actually, presumably.
Michael and
Yeah.
possibly Mercedes and Milo. See if they know.
Mercedes! Gonna have some pornography.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say before we close down the stream?
Oh yeah, I gotta say this. We will be doing a live stream for E3, I believe, for Ship 2 Block 20.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to figure things out, but I'm probably gonna do a 1-hour stream each day.
I'm doing that. I got the one. I'm covering the one for Bethesda on my channel because I've been waiting for Fallout 4 for such a long time. So
yeah, looking forward to Nintendo's Digi event though. Hopefully they announce some good games.
Alright.
Anyone know if Quake 4 is going to be there? Because I want to know.
No, I didn't.
Quake 4
You
stuff.
mean Doom 4, you shitlord?
Doom 4, that's the same fucking thing.
So yeah, it is the same fucking difference. Everybody knows that Doom and Quake are basically the same fucking thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright.
You knew what I meant.
Alright, I'm closing down the stream, so thanks everyone for watching. Bye.